Warning. Punks at the Cinema contains coarse language, blood, gore, drugs, and nudity. Any people, including family, friends, and celebrities, are impersonated by us and done so very, very poorly. So due to this content, this podcast should not be listened to by anyone, ever. Thank you.
I am not chugging beer. I'm sampling a flight of gluten-free German lagers with a French wine pairing. It's called a Smorgaswein, and it's elegantly cultural.
What up, punks? Welcome to another greedy episode of Punks at the Cinema, podcast where a few buds sit around, crack open a few cold ones, and rip on our praise on some of our favorite movies we've loved growing up with, along with new movies that are coming to theaters or being streamed on any streaming services, or old classic movies that we've never fucking seen before. Today is March 18th, 2023. This is episode 15, and we are talking about Leprechaun, released January 8th, 1993, directed by Mark Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain, Tyler Nightmare, and in front of me is Big Dingus.
I love the way that man's legs look like chicken legs because they're so good.
Jesus Christ.
And sorry, I also had to check to make sure today was the 18th all of a sudden. For some reason, I thought it was like a different date.
Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, dude.
I know.
Behind me is Danger Dan.
How we doing today?
A little hungover, but I'm all right.
That's good.
Partied my ass off yesterday.
Yep.
I shouldn't have done that, but I did.
Yeah, this is going to be the most sober episode ever.
Yeah. And to next, the left of me is Mike. What up, dude?
I've once again been dragged to another city.
How's everyone St. Patty's yesterday?
What did we do?
We sat at home and watched Leprechaun.
Yeah, that's what we did. Oh, yeah, and we watched something else too, but that's in
Recess.
Well, you weren't supposed to say it yet, but okay.
Oh, you didn't tell me that?
I was about to tell you, and then you're like, recess.
Right. Proceed.
All right.
like the cartoon?
Yes.
Yes.
I ain't seen that shit in forever.
That's what I said.
God damn. The movie or the show?
The show.
Oh, wow. Fucking Disney Channel shit.
Yeah, we were watching the episode where a swinger girl goes over and then Spinelli starts a religion about it. And I'm sitting here thinking there's no fucking way a cartoon would ever do that now.
Is that the swing set one?
Yeah.
That was like,
yeah,
fuck,
where the girl goes over the
shit.
swing. She thinks the girl goes over the swing and she starts a religion about it.
Fucking A, dude.
Dude, like literally no cartoon would ever tackle topics of like the germination of a religion and the formation of a cult. Among kids.
Apparently only Disney, huh?
Nobody would ever do that now. So, sorry, Johnny, what's going on?
Well, we're, God damn it.
Dan, how was your St. Patty's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the most Irish thing ever, and I worked at a meat plant.
There you go.
How was, we went to see your show last weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
How about we talk a little bit about that, too?
That was a good time.
Yeah, we can.
That was a killer show, for one.
It was.
Shout out to the woman in blue.
I don't even know who. Okay.
The woman in blue.
She was
Hell
just like,
yeah.
hey, come dance with me. I was like, what are you doing? She just, come on, just dance. And we just danced. After Dan was there too.
The flick-off dance.
Yeah,
yes.
we did an entire dance. It was really just a sensual masterpiece, if I do say so myself.
I think I walked in and saw
Where we
that.
were flipping
Yeah,
each
nobody
other
should have
off.
saw that. Nobody should
No,
have
we
saw
were
that.
flipping each other off the whole time. You're right. Nobody should have seen it. It was intensely personal and
Yeah,
just
it
meant for me
was.
and you together.
Only for our
But she saw it, and then she invited me to dance with her, and this was wild. Very good time.
Oh.
Very good time. So shout out to the woman in blue.
If you're listening, tell her where to find you.
Don't find me.
Okay.
You probably don't want to find me.
All right, before we get on to what we've been watching, I got to clean the dungeon real quick.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited that there's a dungeon.
as of today, I released episode 4 over at Tyler Nightmare's Late Night Horror Show. And me and Dr. Plague talked about Boys from County Hell.
Huh, I wonder who Dr. Plague is.
Which is... Well, listen to the episode and find out.
Yeah, I know.
And, yeah, Boys from County Hell. It's an Irish vampire comedy movie, horror comedy that actually kind of reflects on the lore of Abertach, the original vampire, where Bram Stoker kind of got the idea to write Dracula for. Yeah, check that out. We did a pretty good job on that. I'm pretty proud of that.
Where can we find Boys from County Hell?
On Shudder.
Nice.
It's on Shudder. I think, yeah, it's only streamed. Yeah. All right, that's all I really got to clean up. So let's get into what we've been watching this week, boys.
Hey, what you been watching?
Dan, you ready?
You know, I gotta get it right sometime. So I haven't been watching too much this week. I've just watched The Mandalorian. I really did enjoy this episode. Wasn't that great? Kind of a bore.
A little bit. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, they gave backstory, and that's okay. But man, too long of backstory for about people who I don't care about.
Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna lie.
And then Black Lagoon, short anime series. It's all right. That's all I got this week, though. Nothing really.
All right.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you, dog?
Some potato porn. A little bit of that. That's been nice. Good as
right.
always. I also watched Gretel and Hansel this past week.
I've heard mixed things about that.
Remake of the fairy tale, classic fairy tale, except this is focusing on Gretel and her coming into her power as a witch and kind of figuring out how to be her without diminishing other people,
I got
without
a
hurting
Hellsing
other
vibe
people.
off that.
No.
No?
100% disagree. No.
I haven't watched that movie. I
But
saw
no,
it once.
it's good. Recommend. Would recommend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I will check it out. I've known about it, but I just wasn't very sure about it.
It's
so.
on Shudder now. So
Yeah, I've seen that today,
Yeah.
actually.
I was looking for it actually a while back, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and that was before I actually got into Shudder. But it's on there now. It's definitely worth the hour 20 minutes. Nothing extreme.
Oh, that's pretty short.
Oh yeah, it's a good story for actually being that short. I don't think that hurts it at all.
All right, maybe
So there
I
was
will check that out.
That yeah, it's definitely worth 80 minutes. Shit, there was another thing, and now I can't remember.
Recess.
Recess, yeah, we did watch some Recess. I was inspired by Spinelli. I might actually join a cult formed by a child in a cartoon.
People have believed in worse things.
It's true. It's true. People have believed in worse things than Swinger Girl achieving her dreams.
Yep.
You know, I think that's a pretty nice thing to center a group around. I could go for that. I can't think of really anything else. There was something that I can't remember now. I'll pass it on.
John,
Yeah.
been watching.
Recess, because we're going to start a weekend thing with that, rewatching the entire series.
Good luck.
Hype.
Big hype. Next to that, I finally watched Office Space.
Oh,
Took you long enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
now? Like you've never been like sick home from school and turned on Comedy Central? It's not on?
Nope.
Dude, we
Fuck.
have Office Space at home.
Uh,
We've had that on DVD since I moved in.
oh shit! I didn't know you had that movie.
Yeah, it's in my stack.
Oh fuck! Well, I finally watched Office Space.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I love Milton. Milton has that fucking great energy, dude. I fucking love
Where's my
Milton.
So now that you're in the loop, I do expect the new covers on the TPS reports by Monday. No more excuses.
That was so good.
That was pretty
Oh
good.
fuck yeah, dude. And to include with this, I watched The Lake.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds like nice. On a nice evening, just went out there and just...
No,
out a chair.
not
She's beautiful
that
these
lake.
days.
Unfortunately, it wasn't that one. This was the Thailand film that was released in 2022.
The one you mentioned last week?
Yes.
was it
It-
good?
It was okay.
Was there a lake?
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. There's a huge body of water. It had to have been bigger than a lake. I mean, honestly,
Lakes
there
can be
was
pretty big.
swamps.
Yeah, we call them greats. if
Lake
they're really big.
Michigan's.
call 'em
We kind of
lakes.
live by a large one.
Yeah, there's.
It's
there
literally
wasn't
two
really-
blocks down
Yeah,
the road.
really.
There wasn't really
You could
lakes
run there
in
and
this
back.
film.
Was there a puppet?
Unfortunately, no.
All right.
I did a short review on the film recently for Barricade Up the Door, so I put my full intel into this 20-minute review on it, and it was okay. Like, I enjoyed it. I do recommend people to watch it. I gave it. This is a really bad rating. I give it a 5 out of 10.
That's average.
So
It's average.
is it a standalone movie?
Yes, it is.
So is this a good would you consider this a good entry point for people who have nothing in terms of knowledge of kaiju? Can you just like jump into this and learn about kaiju?
I would say no. Unfortunately,
Okay.
no. Because this movie was really weird when it came to the plot itself. There was some stuff that happened in the movie that didn't really make sense. and they didn't make it clear to the actual viewer of the film.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I don't think it's a good entry for a kaiju film, and you have to watch something more like something more traditional. Like,
so in that vein, actually, I remember you telling me that it was basically a mashup of old Godzilla plots from the 60s and 70s.
honestly, yes, it was.
So
really?
I'll
Yes,
tell you.
yes.
I'll tell our listeners what I told you about that. About it potentially being a good entry point for people like me who know nothing about kaiju, is that I wouldn't know where to look for any of this old stuff, these classics that would get recommended to me by real kaiju fans. But this might be a good way for me to get exposed to those kinds of old stories, and then I can go and enjoy them in Godzilla in their original form and have a different appreciation. So it might not be bad in that respect.
No, and it's not like and it's not a bad movie. I didn't say it wasn't a bad movie.
No,
it
5's
wasn't
not
a great
bad.
movie.
Well, you give it a 5.
It's
so
a 5.
just-
It's average.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, I would rewatch it again. I don't know when exactly, but I would rewatch it.
Where is it streaming or?
Yeah, where can
Right
I go
now
find
it's
this?
on Vudu to purchase to rent for about $7. To own it, it's about $15, but the film will come out on DVD in May 16th. It will be on Blu-ray, available to the public. So if you do want to watch it, you will only be able to stream it currently until it comes to physical platform. And I just been sitting around watching YouTube videos, and that's it. I
Do the
haven't
porn?
really doing the porn. Dan's like, all right then. Yeah, that's that's reasonable. That sounds like a John thing. Watching his potato porn and puppet porn again.
Sounds like a dingus thing.
Okay, you brought up
Sounds
the
like
puppets this time.
Yeah,
Sounds like quite the household.
So you admit it?
It's something, man.
I will admit it. The puppet porn is a thing.
Now it's puppet porn.
Now it's puppet porn.
Jesus.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Vintage Jim Henson
I-
tapes.
I don't doubt it, Dan, honestly.
If
Puppet
you
porn?
think it's
Absolutely.
a thing, it is a thing.
It absolutely.
Yeah, what was that called? Rule 36.
I was just about to say, like, Rule 34,
Okay,
yeah.
34. Okay.
63 is gender flip. 34 is just smut of a thing.
All right, and I learned something
Wait,
today.
what? Yeah, what?
What?
30, what? 63?
There's like it's from way back. I'm not like an original internet user or anything. I don't claim like roots, but I do know that there was this post of rules for the internet, and that's where we get the numbers from. It was a numbered bullet pointed list, and rule number 34 on there was, if it exists, there's porn of it.
Oh.
And 63 was, I don't remember the exact wording, but if there's porn of a thing, there's porn of that thing with the genders flipped. So that's how when you'll see like a Rule 63 of a thing, and it's like a woman but decorated like a guy character.
That's
We see a
those
lot of
rules
this in the
might be ahead
JoJo
of-
fandom.
those rules are probably ahead of their time.
They were. In a lot of ways, they very much were.
It sounds like it,
Yeah,
honestly.
he saw it coming.
They really did shape internet culture in a couple of significant ways, mostly in terms of porn, but, 97% of the internet is what?
Yeah.
There you go.
More like 98, but no.
We'll fight over 1%.
Hey, there's a lot of memes out there.
There are memes,
There
but
are a
what
lot
is
of
a
fucking
meme
memes.
compared to pornography?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
To one porn versus one meme.
They're both pleasurable.
What is the conversion rate, meme to porn?
Oh well.
Like if I showed up
Shooting
at,
a whole porn and making one meme. Are we doing that 1-to-1? Because shooting a whole porn's a thing, right? I would say very easy done, but
I
making a
love using
picture,
a porn as a noun.
a porn, a porn.
I love that. Let's keep doing that. A porn sounds like acorn, and that makes me sprout hard as an oak. I hate this conversation.
I
Let's
don't know
keep
what the-
going.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to carry it, but
So, Mr.
me.
Nightmare,
Yes.
What a
what
time.
have you watched this week?
Piggybacking off Danger Dan over there.
take it back.
I did finally watch Mandalorian because I forgot that the new season had
yeah.
started, so I got to watch all 3 episodes this week.
I like the first 2 episodes.
I do
thought they were
too. I really did too. And then after that, a little shout out to another podcaster I know from a cut above, Hydraberg. He told me to check out Andor on Disney Plus, which I've been digging it. It's been pretty okay. It's like the prequel to Rogue One.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what it was about, and he told me that, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll start checking this
Tight.
out.
That's why I didn't
Tight.
watch that one. I have no reference for that one.
It's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
decent. It's like building the rebellion, like it's showing how the rebellion first got formed. And
But
stuff
you know
like
where
that.
else you can find that information? in the old fucking comic books and novels that Disney decided to completely axe from the goddamn franchise.
That's probably true.
That did it better
And
than
Chris
anybody
would
that's
back
working
you
on
up
it
for
now.
that one.
Shout out to Chris. Fuck Disney.
I watched this whole season in a fucking day. The Last of Us.
Really?
I
So you
watched-
watched the first season all in the day?
All in a
Damn.
day. And I fucking loved it.
Dude, that show has high praise right now because of
I-
how good it is right now.
See, no one fucking told me about, like, I knew it was a fucking game, but no one, like, everyone said it was zombies. No one said it's from the fucking fungi that, like, invade, like, the mind of, like, insects and turn them into zombies. I was like, that's fucking genius.
So-
and then watching it, it's like, that's actually kind of fucking scary. Like, that could probably really happen somehow.
Go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
If it hasn't happened yet, they've looked into this, that our brain is too complicated for the fungi to properly control.
Inhabit.
Yeah.
I guess it's also our body temperature, too. It's too warm.
Yeah, that does fuck it up. And all of these things get discussed in a fantastic book, and it has also been adapted into a movie. It is called The Girl with All the Gifts. It's essentially what happens in The Last of Us, where that cordyceps fungus evolves and starts taking on human hosts. And it's centers around these, like, human fungus kind of hybrid kids where they don't go feral, but they get benefits from the mycelium growing in their brains. And it really is a cool way of looking at how people get othered and, like, the way we can dehumanize people and even people who are going to be beneficial for the future. So it's a super cool movie. Highly recommend. The book is also very good, but it is well adapted.
What's it called again?
The Girl with All the Gifts.
Okay. Give that marked. It's The Last of Us. And oh yeah, Boys from County Hell, the movie I reviewed on my show. I suggest checking that out. It's really cool. It like breaks all the rules of vampires and everything. It's very interesting. I really like it a lot. But that's pretty much all for me that I've
So
watched.
it's like
this
Blade.
week.
He's breaking all the rules.
No, it's way better than fucking Blade.
Yeah, that's
Dan, you might like
That's
it.
a strong claim.
Because it's an Irish vampire movie. It takes place in Ireland, 6 Mile Hill, and Dan, I think you'd love the fuck out of that movie, honestly.
I might check it out.
It'd be-
I don't watch movies, but I'll check it out.
I know you don't. All right, but boys, ready to get in this trailer?
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking.
I'm ready.
Hold on, I'm fucking up over here on my
I'm
computer.
ready.
I'm not ready on my computer.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ready?
All right, let's do it.
The luck of the Irish is being packed and shipped to a little town in South Dakota whose luck may have just run out.
My ear! He got my ear!
You got the back door, right?
Ow!
You gotta stop the bleeding. Oh God, it's in the cabinets.
Toward the basement.
We're like really scared. Hello? I need the police. This is an emergency.
You can kill anything.
What the hell are you?
You just gotta know how to do it.
Leprechaun.
It's out. It's out of the crate.
Leprechaun, released January 8th, 1993, directed by Mark Jones. Every time I see that, I want to say Mike Jones. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this movie before, go check it out and come on back, so we're going to spoil the shit out of this fucking movie.
Uh-oh. Spoiler warning.
All right, little plot synopsis of IMDb. All it says is an evil, sadistic leprechaun goes on a killing rampage in search of his beloved pot of gold. Evil, sadistic leprechaun. I love how that was phrased.
That was pretty wait a minute, was that really it?
Yeah, that was, yeah.
That was
That's about the whole movie.
That's really the fucking whole movie.
No bells and whistles. That's what it is.
Yeah,
right. What it says on the tin.
Straight to the fucking movie. Done. Cut. I think we're good with this movie, right, guys?
All right, what's your rating on?
I give it up.
No, just kidding. God damn it! What the fuck is wrong with Ozzy?
They never do specify.
His name's Francis.
His name is Francis.
No, okay. I forgot to say this, and what I've been watching, it just clicked my brain watching the trailer. I did watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure today, too.
God.
And the reason I did that is because Ozzy is in that movie. He's like Pee-wee's arch nemesis.
Oh,
and his
really?
name's Francis, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm glad I didn't know that.
What? I love Pee-wee. Pee-wee's the shit. That's Tim Burton's first movie ever.
No.
Hell no.
Oh, no.
So, Mike, I know you said earlier that this was your first time watching this movie last
Indeed.
night.
Yep.
Dan and John, what about you guys?
Oh, shit. Dan, you want to go first?
No, I've seen this movie at least once in my lifetime, and, I never circled back around until I had to.
Yeah. That's a good... Yeah, that says something.
Dude, I don't
feel
even
that one.
remember when I watched this movie. It had to have been, like...
You told me last night you've seen it a few times.
Yeah, I have, but I don't remember the first time I watched this.
Wild.
It's just like, because I told him this was a movie that I've seen many times, or not many times, a few times.
So you lied.
In what situation are you like, okay, it's Leprechaun Day again?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
every March.
Every March. But no, I've seen it a few times, so it's just gradually spreaded throughout my life at this point. What are you gonna say? You're like, oh, I'm about to say some shit about you. As I'm looking at Mike. But no, I think I probably had to been a teen when I saw this, like maybe 12.
Oh man, you saw this way before I did.
Yeah, I think I had to been 12 when I've seen this.
How the hell do you see this before Office Space?
For real.
I don't know. There's like
Crimes
certain
were
movies. There's certain movies that I've watched.
Give me your parents' number. I'm calling them.
And this wasn't even
Too late
my
for
parents
CPS, but I can still help.
Wow. Okay, Dan.
Why do you know what the statute of limitations for that is?
But no, I've seen this. I had to have been like 12 probably when I saw this. Probably with my cousins again, because I always watch movies with them whenever I'm around.
Was this ever on the Sci-Fi Channel?
Yes, it was.
I feel like this would be.
Yeah, yes, it was.
I feel like it would be a movie on the Sci-Fi Channel.
This film was on the Sci-Fi.
I mean, they
channel.
did have Manticore on there. I distinctly remember a movie about a Manticore.
Yep, that's true. I think that's how I watched it originally, was because they premiered it on, or not premiered it, they showed it on Sci-Fi. I must have just like been scrolling through the channels, and I was like, "Oh, what's this movie about?" And then they're just playing Leprechaun.
It's called a Leprechaun. You were questioning what it's about.
You must have felt really lucky just scrolling through, finding the Sci-Fi Channel, and just wow! All of a sudden, you get to watch Jennifer Aniston's first feature film.
Yeah.
Did you know that, John?
There goes that joke.
John, did you know that?
What?
Did you know that Leprechaun was Jennifer Aniston's first feature film?
Wow, I didn't know this was Jennifer Aniston's first featured film.
It is Jennifer Aniston's first feature film.
Man, that's
I learned something today.
That's something that we all learned today.
Not me. I knew that before today.
Yeah.
So, boys, how about that tight ass and those shorts?
Jesus Christ.
It gives
Come
the
on,
movie a
Johnny.
point. I mean, it gets 1 point up
That
for
is
that in the
not
final score.
professional.
No, but it is a point in the movie's favor.
The movie obviously points out butt shots, just doing it up like
Dude, they
there's fan
really,
service,
they
yeah.
were really doing a
Which is
lot
weird
of the
considering
shots
that this is
on
Jennifer
that.
Aniston's first feature film.
Yeah.
Weird that she would already have fan service.
They knew what they had.
They knew the market they were getting into, and they decided
Dude,
to come into it strong.
They're like, what do you think you have to be in this movie? She's like, do a spin. All right, you're in.
Do a spin for me real quickly. All right, you got the part. Let's get you in this movie now.
So a lot of what they
Jesus
do with Jennifer
fucking
Aniston in
Christ.
this movie is camera angles, and you know what else has a really great camera angle right from the beginning?
Uh-huh.
The way that old lady cranks her neck falling down the stairs. They don't cut away from it. I love that it's a back shot and they don't cut until after she's already cracked her neck, and I respect that. I noticed that immediately.
I also like how Jennifer Aniston, rich girl, her dad leaves her in this movie, does not have daddy issues. The 90s were truly an exceptional time.
I can't believe last night watching this, I didn't notice that the dad just completely fucked off.
Yeah,
I did not get to the end of the movie wondering where the dad was. I just accepted that he was gone. He didn't even register as being missing.
Yeah, he got bit and he was like, out.
I forgot. We just rewatched this and I forgot that was even what happened to
she
him.
didn't even call her dad either. She's just like,
no. That's wild.
They took his ass to the hospital and then they're already in the diner going, "Where are those two?
Oh wait,
they were supposed to be here."
They did take him to the hospital.
Yeah, that's why they went up in the diner. But I mean,
okay.
They don't make a scene out of it.
I really thought he just disappeared.
Yeah, they just took him to the hospital and he just fucks off. That's his role.
2 times. That's how unmemorable this guy is. Twice I've seen this movie in less than 24 hours and I still don't remember what happened to him. Just irrelevant.
He straight up was just
He
gone.
didn't need to be there.
He just
the lightest amount of plot points.
Dad,
every scene in this movie would have worked.
Dude, I bet his
smoothly without
fucking
him.
credit in this movie was literally Dad. It probably was.
Let me see.
Oh no, you're gonna. He's like, I gotta fucking.
Did they even give
check
him a
you
name?
on this? They probably did just credit him as Dad. Because
they never say his name.
They don't see his name. His daughter's not gonna know his fucking name.
I don't think he really cares about his daughter because like that dude starts hitting on his daughter immediately, and he's just like, "What the fuck ever? I'm gonna reach in there."
God.
That is funny considering the way that he looked at her when she said, "I know what it feels like when a man caresses my leg."
Yeah, you can tell this man is just sick of her shit.
He gave her a look that was both disgusted and also just exasperated.
Just like, I'm so dumb.
It's the thinnest, wateriest disgust that he's just sick of slurping down from being around her.
Dude, I don't even see him in these credits.
Are you serious? Dude, what?
I'm looking. I'm not seeing them.
You probably have Cop 1 and 2.
They have the fucking busboy uncredited in here before the fucking dad.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
That
They have the
tracks.
busboy credited, but not the fucking guy who played as her father. That's fucking wild
I'm
as
not
hell.
Because the busboy played a bigger role in the movie.
What the fuck was the dad's name?
I mean,
I don't know. Just
his
Dad.
plot's so bad, you gotta wonder if he did something fucked up on set.
Yeah, his fucking character
They just
was
did
so
everything they
bad in
could
the
to
film.
scrub him out of the actual footage so nobody would remember that he was associated with the production. They say, look, this guy, what he did with the lobster bisque at that catered lunch, unacceptable. We did not have that guy here. But he's in the scene. Which one?
Dude, the painter says, "I thought that was you rubbing my leg." He goes, "Would you let me?" And that's why the dad has disgust look on his face.
Oh my God, I didn't hear him. I never heard him say that.
So here's something that I noticed since we are talking about the dad. When the dad says, "Oh, it was probably a possum," for some reason it says for the character JD. So we have
okay, no, he is in here then. Okay.
JD. So what is?
I didn't know what his fucking name was.
Just Dad.
And dude looks old as fuck.
Dude. How does his acting career go? What else did he star in?
JD stands for Just Dad.
What else has Just Dad graced with his acting prowess?
His name is John Sanderford. What else has he been in?
But he's credited as JD.
Starts with J, ends with D.
They didn't even do his whole name, just JD. Fuck.
JD for the fucking dad, Just Dad. Let's just credit him as Just Dad. No, that's too long. Let's do it as JD. I think that fits a lot better. Oh my God, he's
in a lot of TV series.
So, I've actually got.
That's why I kind of noticed him. What were you gonna say though? Sorry. Did I cut you off, buddy?
You know what? What really struck me watching this, I don't know if it would actually hit anybody else this way, but the way that Tori says to her dad, "I want to go to the shopping mall," it just slapped me in the face. Like the idea of saying the phrase "shopping mall" to my parents ever just seemed so ridiculous. And I mean, I'm not that much older than this movie, but I've never heard a child or a teenager or a young adult say the phrase "shopping mall" ever.
Well, you gotta really.
What the fuck is in the bar in the whole movie? This leprechaun goes in this bar 3 fucking times and just pulls out shit.
It's just a supply depot.
I swear to God, he's just making. He makes something in there.
Okay. Maybe it was. We were discussing this before. Maybe that barn is just like full of scrap. They are in the middle of nowhere.
They do.
South
They
Dakota,
do
or
show
North
it.
Dakota, sorry.
North Dakota.
There's no scrap in that barn. It is just hay.
He had
the leprechaun's magic
and some red lights.
Yeah.
The red lights are important.
The thing is that
obviously we don't know why.
There's the scene at the very end where they do show the inside of the barn, and it shows a fucking tractor, and that's it. Like,
Maybe
it's
he
tractor
stripped
and
the
hay.
tractor for parts.
Dude, that's pretty
had to be
possible.
something.
Yeah, it had to be something that he stripped down
He
to
makes
get the parts.
a
for
whole
that
go-kart
Yeah, he
that
makes a
tips
couple.
over a fucking whole pickup truck.
He makes a couple vehicles. So the Leprechaun, for an unknown reason, the Leprechaun
And his
does
vehicles
have
only
some
get
kind
bigger.
of engineering knowledge.
His vehicles only get bigger.
That
Yeah, as he acquires more of his gold. So it is established that his power level is tied to how much of his total
It
gold
has
he
to be.
possesses out of
Yeah.
100 gold coins.
man, this sounds like some fucking Dragon Ball shit right now.
But,
yeah.
But also, he only uses that one power to close the door, and he never uses that like force power again.
He has a couple of different like telekinetic things. There's one time, like right when he gets let out, he does try to grab Ozzy with like a force grip, but he can't because he doesn't have any of his gold.
Yeah, and he gives away his secrets like, "Oh, I'm too weak."
Yeah, he does a really okay. So the Leprechaun is just not smart. He's a good engineer, but the Leprechaun's really shit at dealing with people. So right off the bat, he's giving away his own weaknesses verbally out loud, very, very obviously.
But then he covers up. Then he tries to cover up the 4-leaf clover, but he doesn't kill the dude all the way. He just shows
No.
him at an elevator alive.
And also, something that makes me lose an enormous amount of respect for the Leprechaun is that he's so bad at shit talk. The Leprechaun has
Every
no
time he
roast
talks
game
shit, he gets
whatsoever.
blasted by a shotgun.
Guys, everyone in this room found out today. This movie is my end rating is actually going to go way up because the movie features so much of this. One of the things I love seeing in any kind of fiction is a supernatural being like a leprechaun or whatever the hell just getting absolutely flattened by regular ordinary weapons like swords, knives, like a wooden club, or in this movie's case, a shotgun.
A shotgun at least 5 times.
It lays him out, just flattens him. He looks like he's gotten intimate with a bulldozer when this dude is done with him. And he drops so fast. He barely even encounters air resistance on his way to the ground.
You're like, man, this man drops like a fucking
I'm
prick.
telling you, he hits the ground so fast that he had to have been accelerating at 9.9 meters per second squared. There's no other way. He broke the law of gravitation. He did. He spat in Newton's face. I love that. It's so funny to me. I love that he has all of these powers and he's such a little shyster, but a single 3-aught buckshot. Oh my God, he's just down. It's so funny. He just shuts up immediately.
They never take opportunity when he's down either. Like they never try to hack him or anything.
Terrible at it.
They're like, okay, he's down for a second
Yeah.
again. We got time.
I mean, I try to be generous, and I attributed that to them being in shock from having to deal with
Okay, but
an actual
after the
mythical
third time
creature.
you shoot him with a shotgun, you got to catch on.
I agree. I'm only going to excuse the first couple with this reasoning.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
in
enough.
that I think
Fair
I think it probably does freak. I would be freaked out really badly if this thing like showed up at my house.
You got to remember too, it's like 3 young adults and a kid. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no dad there anymore.
Yeah, Dad went to go buy
off.
cigarettes and he's never coming home.
Dad went to go buy cigarettes and get a half gallon of milk and said, "Yeah, I'm not coming back after."
No,
this
the
one,
milk
boys."
was expired and he waited for the next shipment. And then he realized that because he was going for half gallons, his mission was fucked from the start. Because here's a pro tip for anybody listening. I used to run a dairy department of a grocery store. Always check your half gallons to see if they're leaky around the cap. They seal them like crap. They do it on purpose. So check those. That's actually why Dad never came back. He was waiting for a half gallon shipment that he was sure was safe to bring home to his kids. And that's why Tori only met him when she was 23.
The more you know.
The more you know, everybody. Shop smart.
Oh,
Shop as smart. Speaking of which, there's a lot of Evil Dead references in this fucking
Oh
movie.
my God! Tell me.
There are so
about
many
it.
callbacks. There's so many references to other stuff.
The first one I caught is obviously the vision of like the Deadites and going through the trees and everything like Evil Dead. And the other part is when Warwick Davis, or the Leprechaun, which is Warwick Davis, gets his hand cut off and starts crawling around looking like Ash Williams' hand.
Yep, I actually didn't think about that one.
And then also when the Leprechaun busts out of the floorboards, it reminds me of like the cellar basement part.
I didn't think about that one. There's a lot of callbacks, especially with the whole chase scene with Officer Triplet, was it?
Trippet.
Or Trippet. Yeah, because they're doing that fucking angle shot of basically the Leprechaun running and chasing him. I'm like, that's fucking Evil Dead right there. They're fucking doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you can't do that. But I mean, they did it for suspense and shit. But yeah, that was a callback to Evil Dead. So But I didn't think about the fucking hand crawling up the door handle and as well as the leprechaun bursting through the fucking floor. I didn't think about those just because it didn't really spark my head at first while watching this film again.
Didn't spark joy.
It didn't spark. I mean, not. I mean, not.
I'm telling Marie Kondo.
Excuse me, not sparking joy. I wouldn't say that, but like
this movie does spark joy for me.
I mean, like God, watching this movie again, I'm like, oh fuck.
And how the fuck do you kill this leprechaun? There's 8 movies of this apparently.
Yeah.
7 or well, no. Scott said 8.
His
The
final
clover
number was
doesn't
8.
fucking do it. The clover really fucks him up. But
I think Nathan didn't go hard enough on him after he hit him with the clover. I think that despite the gasoline explosion in the well that they put him in being really, really big, I don't think it did it.
Did he like melt so much the clover fell out?
I don't know.
It really didn't show anything other than him melting, and
This whole movie really answers almost none of its own questions.
No, it does not.
I think part of it
gives more questions.
It really it gives rise to lots of questions, but I think one of the things that really bugged me, and it didn't stop bugging me until the end, was that this movie it feels like every scene starts in the middle of the previous scene. Like everything feels so jammed together while you're watching it. And then when you get to the end, you're like, holy shit, I was watching Leprechaun that whole time. But then...
Didn't realize you just wasted an amount of time watching this movie.
An hour and a half.
Dude, that's like, not gonna lie, rewatching the film last night with Mike for the first time, I was kind of like falling asleep, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't even think you were awake for like
I was like falling asleep, and
none of my
like,
jokes were landing, and I'm like, shit, am I just not funny, or is Johnny asleep?
I was like falling asleep, and then I realized the movie was still going on, and I was like, what the fuck, this movie's still going on? God damn it, not
I'm
again.
telling you.
Yeah, it somehow feels like it goes quick but drags at the same time, which is a hard thing to do.
It
they
really
did
is. It really is. It's an achievement on its own. I don't think that
You can't
think
take
the
that
dude was
away
trying
from
to
it.
do it, but that movie has it.
I will say, watching it as a group with all of us made it a lot better. For me,
yeah.
too.
I always think movie watching is a social experience.
That's why I always try to get us here to watch it
Yeah.
all together and have a good time. And
It's
have
much
fun.
better that way.
I agree.
So speaking of something that's not much better in this movie, for me, this movie fails every vibe check when it comes to the leprechaun. So,
oh god,
yeah, are you funny or are you fucking?
I think this movie can't decide. It's like really dancing on a knife edge about whether it wants the leprechaun to be a really menacing character or just this cutesy funny thing,
But
and
then-
like an object of ridicule.
But then
And-
he's also reasonable too.
and he does have reasonable things. He does have a habit of honoring his word when it comes to like, if you give me my gold, we're done here. Like the deal is done, and I will leave you alone for the most part. So he is not an unreasonable guy, despite being an absolute lunatic.
With
got
a
a little bit
fucking shoe fetish like a mother.
Yes, this dude
Oh, yeah.
absolutely has a boot blacking fetish, 1,000%. And it does generally extend to polishing things too. He does look like he's rock hard when he's polishing.
Yeah,
them.
when they're throwing those shoes at him, he's so confused.
He
and so
doesn't
turned
know
on.
what to do.
He's like,
He
they're getting
wants-
away, but he's like, oh.
He wants to just kneel down and get himself nestled into a shoe and go for it, but he knows there are so many other shoes. And Nathan just keeps throwing them like he's giving this man.
That's the best acting part in that scene for the leprechaun. His confused face. You can
Yeah,
see, you
he
can
really.
see it all. and they're
Warwick
like,
Davis
"Fuck,
really
what do
sells it. I love him in that scene. He looks the part of a leprechaun who really wants to get off to a shoe.
Yeah, he does. Just total confused look, like he doesn't know what to do.
Say, back to like the menacing thing you're talking
Yeah.
about. I've been reading the trivia as we've been talking,
Yeah,
just
hit
trying
me.
to find some stuff. It says I can't talk. In an interview with Fangoria, Mark Jones stated that he began writing the script in 1985 and spent a long time developing the Leprechaun character, which he initially envisioned as a horrible, murderous creature, but which became a more comedic and developed character before filming began.
Okay.
Warwick
Damn.
Davis, who had experienced a dry spell after playing the character in Willow, he liked the script and was excited to play against Jennifer Aniston, who was unknown at the time.
Yeah.
and
That's
whatnot.
fucking Willow
makes
in
sense.
there.
What?
That's the midget from Willow.
Yes.
Yes.
Holy shit! And I learned
So-
something today.
Dude, it's Wicket
I didn't know.
from
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. One of the Ewoks.
Yep.
Blows my mind.
And actually, speaking about that too, George Lucas received a special thanks credit because Warwick Davis was under contract to him, and he gave Davis permission to appear in this movie.
Wow, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, you got to give him a star role. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, going back to the menacing thing, the vibe that I really got that I think they were going for, or at least if they weren't going for it, it converged really well into poorly played Freddy Krueger vibes. Up to and including the obvious nod with his hand coming out of the phone, the leprechaun's hand reaching out of the phone.
A tiny hand. He cannot.
It is weirdly small. The leprechaun in this movie, his hands are some of his largest, most prominent features. Like, he's Dorito shaped.
I thought it was his legs.
His legs bother the living shit out of me. But
fucking chicken legs.
There's always so many close-ups of his little legs running in this movie too.
Yeah, I know, Dan. Thanks.
I make it a point of to look at his
Yeah,
legs.
he gives a real elf on the shelf look there.
What were you saying about his hands being?
Oh,
big?
just his hands in general are like really big and prominent, but then when he reaches through the phone, it's this little baby hand.
Yeah, like, oh, that's my strong hand. That's my strong arm.
Oh my God, stop.
Wait, how does he put his thumb through the hand? That means he can teleport parts of himself through.
We have no idea how that actually happens. So
none of it makes sense.
What Dan's referring to, the leprechaun does have an ability to teleport, which is heavily implied early on, and then he's actually shown teleporting in at one point. It looks like he comes out nervous system first, and then kind of gets built up around that. So kind of like a Star Trek kind of vibes there.
Never watched Star Trek.
Me neither.
Never a Trekkie fan.
Star Trek.
I was more of a Star Wars nerd.
Me too.
Up.
Since I was like 8 years old, you'll hear me rant a lot about that kind of stuff. What Disney did to my boy.
What have they done to my boy?
Heartless bastards. They just killed the best part of the franchise and then went with the rinds of it. Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Except for
Boba Fett.
What the hell was I agreeing with Dan about? Shit.
Oh, God.
I don't remember.
I remember. Yeah.
All right, there's me losing track. That's my first time losing track. We'll count.
He can teleport, but he's using a step stool.
Oh, there was I think that might have been another callback with the teleportation look. I didn't even look into it. Johnny just said that it reminded him of Reanimator.
Oh yeah.
And which
yes.
We've Johnny and I think ever watched Reanimator together twice. I've seen it probably almost.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, I bought.
Jeffrey Combs is amazing.
Recently, I bought the double pack. It was like Reanimator and then Bride of Reanimator, and then we watched Beyond Reanimator.
You did.
Hell was that Tubi?
You did.
I did. You weren't.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Yeah, you did.
I like Reanimator.
Yeah, dude, I love that fucking movie.
I love the source material, despite all of Lovecraft's flaws. I love.
Yeah.
Dude, love that shit.
Somehow
Shout out to
it
my
just
high school art teacher for giving me.
It was just Lovecraft's birthday earlier this week.
Oh.
Yeah, for some reason, it just reminded me of Reanimator. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I get you. The way the
just
light
did.
shone through him like that.
Yes.
I get it. It was cool.
Yeah, it just
There's a lot of
reminded
glowing
me.
in Reanimator if you haven't seen it, folks.
Definitely check that movie
Glow
out
juice.
for sure.
Yep.
Like you took a bunch of fireflies and squeezed them into a jar.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta look like that. Hell no. I had another piece of trivia I wanted to read. Oh, Warwick Davis started to regret making this film, but due to Aniston's later success on television, many people started renting this film, and it spawned a lengthy series of sequels. Allegedly, this is one of Warwick Davis's favorite movies of his.
Wow.
I can see why. This was the first one, which means the first one is going to be the only one he's going to like.
It looks like he had a lot of fun playing the Leprechaun.
He does look like he had fun with this.
And honestly, he's the only part I like about this movie.
He really is the only good part.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston's butt has some movement on it. I don't think we discount that right away, guys.
Well, everyone else's acting is kind of shoddy.
Oh, dude, Ozzy's acting is garbage,
Ozzy's
especially
is bad.
acting.
Ozzy, it really does. It takes a nosedive toward the end.
And is he on the spectrum or not? Because he keeps on flip-flopping on that
okay,
shit.
We never get any confirmation about what Ozzy's deal is. He is at one point referred to as a child, and then toward the end of the movie, it's made very clear that he's not. But he dresses like a kid, but he also works as part of a 3-man painting business, but so does the kid who's clearly 10.
3 guys who paint, right?
Yeah, 3 guys who paint.
It's fucking stupid as hell.
Two men in a truck, watch out.
I just don't feel like they wrote his character all that well.
I just think they wanted a generic, stupid character for
for
a smart kid to play off. It seems like almost all the work went into Alex, and then whatever was left for his lines to bounce off of, that was what they pasted together and made Ozzy.
Yep.
He really does feel like a cobbled together shitty character.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
He was better as Francis in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah.
Well, at least he did better than this.
You know what I do appreciate about this movie, though? I think it definitely features the only pogo stick murder that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's the only one, but to my knowledge it is, and I think that makes it special.
The only one I know is Jackass Forever when fucking they pogo jump on Aaron McGee's balls.
Does he die?
Well, his balls probably died.
Well, that doesn't count. That's just mutilation. I'm talking about a straight up murder.
Wouldn't the nut just slip out of the way?
You would hope so.
Yeah, I think
not
go down that hole.
Not if the pressure is applied fast enough.
He also had a nut cup on.
It might not have time. You can just smash.
Yeah,
those
honestly,
motherfuckers.
the fact that you bring that up with
Smashing
the pogo
nuts?
stick.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, the pogo stick death.
Got you.
I don't think I've seen a film that showed somebody getting killed by a pogo
No,
stick.
I don't. I can almost certainly say.
Yeah,
I never
he
have.
just crushes this dude with a pogo stick.
Yeah,
crushes
pawn
dudes
shop. But we think it's a pawn shop. Was that what we agreed on?
Antique
it has
shop.
to be a pawn shop.
Antique shop.
Something.
Pawn shop.
The guy
because-
knows about coins. He's got leather-bound books. He's an authority.
Yeah, he also has an awesome go-kart down there.
He
for
does.
Not even upstairs. That's downstairs at his private quarters.
Yeah, I was like, why in the fuck you got that down there? But all right, buddy.
But I also want to know what this guy's business ethic is like when he's letting in a child and a guy who clearly should not be with a child after hours with gold.
Yeah, and where the fuck is this kid's parents?
For real.
I was assuming that
he's
Nathan
with
and
his-
Ozzy were in charge.
Where
of
are
Alex.
Ozzy's parents?
Ozzy,
Yeah, for real.
I'm still debating Ozzy's status as a legal entity. You know, I don't know if Ozzy signed his name on a piece of paper, would it mean anything?
How do these guys even fucking meet? How does this?
That's so true. I imagine they probably met in a corn maze.
Yeah,
somewhere.
they're like, let's make a business.
They just bumped into each other and like somebody fell on the ground, got a nosebleed, and then the other one painted some of the corn with his blood and said, "Wow, we could really make a
This
business out of
dude
it."
is getting free labor off these two.
Nathan is absolutely exploiting the other two. He totally
child
is.
labor and
yes. Ozzy probably has no idea what he even agreed to.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the kind of person that they're trying to make Ozzy look like he is, because let's be clear that he's not always portrayed as being this vacant, stupid guy. He's always the dumb background character, but he's not always played as brainless. Like, he's not always Lenny.
Yeah, and that actually fucks up his character when he's...
Lenny's the guy from A Mice and Men that I was telling you about earlier, Tyler.
Oh, I was thinking of the Simpsons.
His name is Lenny.
I was thinking of Simpsons.
No, different Lenny.
No, look at the lake and think nice
But no,
thoughts.
yeah. No, Alex and Ozzy, that's a good point. Alex and Ozzy do have big of Mice and Men vibes where Alex, the little kid, is absolutely leading Ozzy around on a fucking leash. And Ozzy is doing stupid things. Half the plot of the movie only results from Ozzy's fuck up of swallowing one of the gold coins.
Also calling the cops and saying there's a leprechaun really screws things up.
Ozzy at every opportunity, Ozzy makes the events of this movie worse. So he is indeed he's a lot like Lenny.
He's the reason why so many people get murdered.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Because his dumbass eats a fucking coin for like, what? Did you think it was chocolate eyes? How do you even do that right away? First thing he
make
does.
sure it's real.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to verify, that the coin was gold. He was trying to see if he could bite into it.
So you just...
Yeah, and he was going to keep it all with that kid and tell nobody.
Yeah, he was totally down to just say, look, we found 100 gold pieces in an old rusted
because their
out truck
boss
'cause we
isn't
followed a
paying
ring.
them, obviously. So they got to...
Well...
I don't think Nathan contributes enough to this movie to deserve any of the gold.
With their shitty-ass paint job, I don't know if I'd pay him either. Or even the fucking Nathan can't even
when
paint
he's
good
painting the
either.
house, he's like, this is how you paint it, baby. And he's just like fucking right behind her like just...
And you can still see
Depositing
fucking white
the world's
lines on
entire
the
supply
blue
of
and
red
shit.
paint on 1 square foot of wood.
Just feeling the fucking heat come off of Jennifer's ass. That's all he's
Can
doing
we-
in that.
Pretty much.
Dan.
Jesus
Daniel.
Christ.
It's just what's happening, all right? It's implied.
Daniel, we can't talk about her ass that little. We got to talk about it more now.
No. Just because it was the 90s.
Well, they put an emphasis on it. That's all I'm saying. They knew what they were
I
doing.
make no secret of the fact that I'm a 1993 Jennifer Aniston simp, but can we please get past this?
All right, I'm just saying that's a whole plot
I'm
point.
going to preemptively agree
However-
with everything that you're going to say.
However, I do like how they don't push the love interest in this movie
Yes.
at all.
Yes.
Like they like it just never happens. Like she's totally putting him in the friend zone the whole time.
Yeah, and it just rolls. There's no tension or anything. I love how they do actually just work together as a... I don't want to call them coherent, but they're a relatively good team. They all just act like a normal group of people in this situation.
And when shit
Are
goes
they
down,
really
they don't get
a good team, though?
No, but I'm saying that like but you get what they're trying to work together to get through the situation. They're not like letting weird interpersonal things get in the way
they're trying to fucking
of
survive.
mashing this leprechaun, you know?
They're like, we're gonna go make out in the basement real fast while you guys deal with this.
Yeah,
nothing.
no, they have one
Nothing.
goal: murk the green guy and get out of here.
In fact, they don't even get along that good beforehand.
That's true. There is, They do kind of drop the rivalry aspect as we go on in the movie for practical reasons, for Leprechaun survival
there's
purposes.
No, like, we're going to get together after this.
Nope.
None of that.
Nope. No. Tori, Jennifer Aniston's character, Tori, makes it real clear that nothing's going on here, despite the fact that she does...
She's like, I want a hotel and not you in it.
Well, she does what... But back in the before times, before Dad disappeared to the corner store, back in the before days...
He speaks the true.
I love Cloud Atlas. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
So good. Dude.
Isn't that with Tom Hanks?
Yes.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Yes. It's very good. Ah, shit. So back before, in that initial meeting when Tori and Nathan first meet, Tori is kind of putting on like that confrontational vibe. Like she refuses to say that she's arachnophobic because she runs out of the house because of a tarantula in the basement.
I would too.
Did we look up whether tarantulas were native to North Dakota?
I mean,
I didn't. I know I didn't do it.
I mean, you would think
it's too fucking cold.
No, well, deserts are cold, dude, and
they get
deserts
cold
drop down to
you're right.
Cold. I mean, they could. It is a desert area, I believe. Yeah, I've drove through there very fast, but
regardless,
but they could exist there, I believe.
Okay, well, regardless, there's a tarantula, so spider warning for arachnophobes for this movie.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Tyler found out the hard way, despite having seen the movie before.
Oh, thank God you never heard of spider rain.
Oh no.
What?
That's illegal. You can't do that.
I don't. No, never mind.
No, you can't do that.
I'm not questioning.
No.
Yeah, the whole time I thought this movie was in California. Not even.
North Dakota.
She acts like she's from California.
Yeah, I think she is.
From California.
Some of the jokes do hinge on her not being there, and some of the lines, especially hers, where she's like really disrespectful, and especially like she thinks money can solve all her problems. She's really disrespectful about people who don't have money, stuff like that. She's always talking about like, I'm gonna go get a hotel, this and that. So yeah, she's not from around here. I think California was implied toward the beginning.
Yeah,
but I don't remember for certain.
The dad doesn't seem like he's from California.
No, the dad is clearly North Dakotan.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with her parents there, but that's a whole other.
It's just totally not mentioned.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
Can be another. We could also look at that as a positive too, and say that they're, even though Dad does fuck off and then like is no longer a character, they also don't have like a weird familial connection that gets in the way of their leprechaun survival duties.
That's true.
So in that way, Dad disappearing might have actually been good for the plot.
They did keep it pure leprechaun survival.
Yeah, they did stick. The title of the movie is Leprechaun, and we get exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah, they're like not too much backstory with anybody.
Let's
not get into that.
Leprechaun. This movie does though. It continuously is at 100 miles an hour. It constantly feels like shit's just happening.
Yeah,
all
he
the
keeps
time.
on rolling fucking vehicles out of that goddamn barn constantly.
The very beginning of the movie, the old guy Dan. Isn't it Dan, the old guy?
Yeah.
The old Russian guy, Dan.
Dan O'Grady.
Dan O'Grady, I think.
O'Grady, yeah.
It feels like he hops out of this fucking limousine already chugging Jameson.
You should state how he looks in this movie.
Yeah, he looks. He looks like imagine John Goodman, but his face is like 60% of Sylvester Stallone's face, copied and pasted. Now this man is dressed as a Baptist minister.
Exactly.
That's who Dan is in this movie.
Put that image in your head. Think about it, and you'll
get that image. I can't do this. I have aphantasia. I can't form mental images. So, guys, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Watch the fucking movie again?
Yeah.
Start writing it down. Start drawing on a piece of paper.
You gotta work your way up to Leprechaun in space, dog.
That fucking sucks. I don't want to. I don't want to work my way up to Leprechaun in space. I think that's a bad move for me.
You should stop at Leprechaun in the Hood. You'll be all right.
Well, that's after space.
No,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I have not kept up with this series, and I'm happy for that.
Because the second movie is in Las Vegas.
No, what?
And the third
he starts going places.
Oh my God, why? Why does he travel?
I don't know, because do people really steal this dude's gold this much? If he likes it so much, he better stop losing it.
I feel like he needs to learn how to concentrate his gold better.
Or like go back to Ireland and like hide it in a place. I don't know.
Dude, literally just live in a cave.
Does any movie for Leprechaun take place in Ireland?
I don't think so, actually.
That might be the best thing about the franchise.
Home. He just never goes home.
I think I've only seen up to Leprechaun in the Hood. I think it's Back to the Hood too. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up all the movies real quick.
But yeah, this movie goes at an absolutely batshit pace. It really does feel like 5 seconds between Dan stepping out of the limo in the opening shot to Dan waving a gun at the Leprechaun. It really feels like 5 seconds. It's crazy.
This movie was like, just the pacing overall of this film was really weird because
Definitely
it just bounced back and forth from, let's go really zippity fast, and then to, all right, let's just drag this on a little bit longer.
Yeah, some of the scenes
the third movie's in Vegas. What the hell's the second movie then?
I don't know. Probably.
No, I think that's California.
Oh, that's weird.
Just anywhere but Ireland, huh?
Yeah, it's like
Basically.
none of the story happened ever in Ireland.
It's just all America?
But, it's just all America, probably, except for the space one.
That's ours too, baby. Neil Armstrong got the moon too. That's ours too.
I can't. I have to go.
Apparently, you pegged it. So.
I wasn't dragged to another city to have my relationship with Luna disrespected this
Yeah,
way.
Leprechaun in the Hood is the fifth
I
one.
can't believe that. Fifth one?
Can't believe.
Why are there
they've done this.
5?
Yeah, and then Leprechaun 6 Back to the Hood.
Why are there 6? What? They went back?
Dude, Leprechaun in the Hood. I'd go watch.
You mean
I'd
to
go
tell me
watch
that they
again.
didn't finish their business the
Dude,
first time in
Leprechaun,
the Hood?
Leprechaun in the
They
Hood.
left
Leprechaun in the Hood. The brothers that hit it off with the brothers. They liked that. I liked it.
I can't believe the Leprechaun would leave business unfinished. That seems way out of character for him. His whole deal is that he doesn't let shit go.
Wait a minute, did he finish business in the Hood?
I hope he dresses like a pimp at some point in that movie.
I can't remember.
It's the same Leprechaun outfit, but purple velvet.
That's all it needed.
I know he learns how to smoke a bong in that movie,
Good,
and I
good.
think he hits a blunt too.
Nice.
Yeah, he does.
Valuable skills.
He does.
So you know what else is a valuable skill? I think Dan will agree with this. Puppetry is a very valuable skill.
It is.
So, I think Johnny we already touched on how the old woman at the very beginning. I can't even remember she's named. It's Dan O'Grady's wife. She gets
Miss O'Grady. That's
Yeah.
the
all I
leprechaun
remember.
causes her to fall down the stairs and break
She
her
gets
neck,
fucking destroyed.
and she gets wrecked.
She gets fucking
Wrecked with a
annihilated
capital
by
R.
this.
Yep.
Yeah, she's literally just Mrs. O'Grady.
But-
as credit.
When Mr. O'Grady goes back down the stairs to go confront the leprechaun, he finds the leprechaun puppeting Mrs. O'Grady's
Whoa,
corpse.
whoa,
to
hold
talk to
on
him.
1 second.
And I
Wait a
wanted to
minute.
know what John's take on this scene was.
I'm reading a storyline for this that says in North Carolina.
Everything I said.
Excuse me, what?
Wikipedia says North Dakota. What are you? Where are you
They
reading?
literally state North Dakota
They do.
in the movie.
They say North Dakota.
I'm on IMDb. Yeah, this person probably just typed in their own synopsis.
Yeah,
for
Can't
this.
you
God.
edit stuff on IMDb?
Yeah.
They didn't even watch
Yeah.
it. They're like, just fucking type it up. Who's gonna read Leprechaun? The first one? Fuck that.
They rolled.
But
They rolled a couple of really big dice and chose which state was going to be in their synopsis.
But the puppetry was bad because he didn't even move her fucking
But
mouth.
he had the
That's
voice
true.
dead on. He had the voice dead on.
Yeah,
but the ventriloquism
I mean,
is
that
not
would-
complete unless the puppet looks like it's talking.
But that was a really fucked up play by the Leprechaun, though.
It was a
with
good-
his dead wife. He's like, yeah, fuck
it was
off,
raw.
bitch.
That there. Okay, actually, I do want to say the Leprechaun is really bad at shit talking, but he does some really raw stuff in this movie.
He does.
Really does. He really does. He puppets the woman's corpse. There's another scene where toward the end of the movie where he's on top of Ozzy, like straddling him, and he takes off his belt buckle and starts slashing his face
Yeah,
with
that
it.
was pretty
It
raw.
was
Think
some
what he
real
did with-
fucking
and think
mobster
what he
Peaky
did-
Blinders shit. It was cool.
Think what he did with that cop. He tortured that cop in the
He
woods.
did. He did. He tortured the
fucking
cop
with
to
him.
death in the woods.
Like he
There
could
was
have
an-
shot him. Nope.
What
nope.
was the other one? There was another really good one. I know I probably have another.
I don't know how that cop got back in the cop car though. That makes no sense to me.
I think he dragged.
Why would
him
he
back
do
in the
that
car.
though? That's
I think
extra
that's
work.
what he did.
He snapped his neck by a tree and just like drags him back in the cop car.
Oh.
He's a mischief trickster.
There
I
was-
guess so. He's like,
okay.
yeah, hop in the cop car, dead cop. Ooh.
So I know
get
I
that.
bashed the Leprechaun's ability to come up with good things to say a couple times, but when dude jumps out, I think it's right when he's like, let me look at my other. So I think it's after he bites off Ozzy's ear at some point.
Oh,
He
well,
Mike
Mike
Tyson's
Tyson,
him.
yeah.
He said he was gonna do that to
No,
him.
but after he does that, there's a scene where he kind of gets into like a sumo pose and he starts growling, and it's the one time he almost looks menacing and he says, "I need me go."
Oh, yeah.
But the way he says it actually does hit kind of hard. It's stupid, but in context, it really establishes the Leprechaun as a guy who is not fucking around in a really cool way.
But
So
he
I'll
is
give
ki-
him that one.
He's he's having fun while getting his goal.
He is.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
He's enjoying every second
But
of this.
eventually, yes, he does get frustrated. Like, all right, time to
Yeah.
stop fucking around.
I think that's one of the very few really raw lines from the Leprechaun. He does a lot of really nasty shit, but not a lot of his lines other than that one are good.
I mean, he knows how to work a wheel. Why is he so obsessed with vehicles in this movie too? Anything with wheels. Dude.
He doesn't.
He's
He
about
engineers
it.
a couple of
Dude,
cars.
he's pretty. I mean, even though he can teleport and such, he
still
likes-
uses wheels, even though he can teleport.
Yeah, he likes
Even the
using
gold
his
is hidden in a
fucking-
car initially.
Like, I think that's where Dan O'Grady hit it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
was
still
that
is another
horrible hiding
connection
spot,
between
though,
Leprechaun
really.
and cars.
Yeah, he hid in that.
Why does the rainbow go to it right away?
Because the
Because-
rainbow's tied to the gold's location.
Yeah, but the Leprechaun didn't see that. I mean, I think the Leprechaun had.
Well,
He was trapped
I mean,
in the
fuck
box,
it, fuck
though.
it, fuck it. No, that's after he got.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
the
he did
box.
get out. Yeah, yeah.
We still never established what the actual connection was between the Leprechaun and his gold, like what kind of sense he has for where his gold is. So, do you guys want to talk about that? Because that's a pretty big plot point.
Well, yeah, he has a sense of where it is, obviously, but not an exact location.
So that's another thing we have to think about when we're talking about the rainbow and why it goes and does what it does. Because there is, again, this movie explains virtually nothing.
Nope.
It leans very hard into the show and not tell, but it doesn't do a good job of showing.
And it takes the oddest lore of Leprechauns.
It really does. I don't know what the voice
picked and
mimicry is about. So the Leprechauns, we did a little bit of research actually we chose to research this one instead of the Boondock Saints. really good scholarship on my part. I'm very proud. I'm very proud. But we did a little bit of leprechaun research because none of us know a damn thing about leprechauns. So we discovered that they are considered by some, I saw, not always, a kind of fairy. And not leprechauns. I just confused leprechauns with the Irish. The Irish think about fairies differently than you would think about fairies. We're not talking about Tinkerbell. We are talking about mostly benevolent but still kind of mischievous things, especially when we get to the leprechaun. And they are traditionally cobblers. So there is a shoe-based distraction scene that we discussed.
God, yeah. That was... I knew that was pretty...
So that does play into the leprechaun lore. There is a little bit of that, but we still don't know why the leprechaun is stopped by a four-leaf clover, just stopped dead, burned up, turned into gloop. Still don't know what that's about. There's the...
I don't even think that's in lore either. They just made that up.
I didn't read anything about that. I don't know what the voice mimicry is for. This leprechaun can mimic almost any voice.
Yeah, there's certain things that they mentioned and shown in the movie that is like not really...
I can find no source that mentions
There's no
these powers.
sources really connected.
He's also
to
got
if this is true or
telekinesis.
not. Yeah,
which gets stronger in the presence of his gold.
Yes.
So the strength of at least some of his powers is gold dependent.
He does mention. Well, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does mention that when he gives away his own weakness.
He loves gold.
He loves gold.
So I had a hypothesis that I told Dan before about his teleportation thing and the connection between the strength of his power and the gold. I thought that maybe. Because when he teleports in, it looks like he rematerializes nervous system first. So your that's, at least that means to me that should be an important part of his powers.
I actually thought that was pretty cool, too.
It looks really nice, but I think that makes the nervous system an important component to his powers. And so the nerves operate off of electricity, and gold is an excellent conductor of electricity.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe the more gold he possesses, the more of that electric-based power he can conduct. And he might have access. He's obviously got access to some weird supernatural shit, but you could give it a materialistic basis like that. And I wonder if that's maybe what they're hinting at, or if I'm reading too deep into fucking Leprechaun.
You might be, because I don't...
Probably. Again, you take one philosophy of film course and you're fucked forever. You can never enjoy another movie again.
Glad I never took a class like that.
Yeah, it ruins you.
Destroy yourself.
Don't go to college. Waste of fucking money.
Waste of fucking money.
I didn't go to college, so...
You see, and when they give him back his gold, he has to count out his gold to know that he has 99.
He has to know that he's been cheated. He's super... Dan pointed...
And then he comes back. Now he's pissed. He's like, "All right, you guys don't fuck me over."
No, because they goofed. Because Ozzy at the beginning, Ozzy does swallow a coin trying to test whether or not it's gold by biting it.
Decides to never mention this.
He
fact.
never tells anyone.
The
nor
kid
does
doesn't
Alex.
mention this.
Alex
fact.
says nothing. They just decide to say nothing about the fact that they are the reason that the leprechaun's still coming.
So he comes back and he starts dick twisting people. He don't give a fuck.
He does give a good dick twist.
And then he starts having fun.
Johnny, maybe this is... Sorry for the loudness there. Hey, Johnny, maybe this is what Luis... Shout out to Luis. Maybe this is what Luis was talking about at that other show when he was yelling "Twist his dick" at the skate park.
Twist his dick!
Yeah, we were at another War Plot show a couple weeks back, and there was a guy in the audience that I got a little chummy with. We were talking, and he started screaming "Twist his dick" whenever he could be heard.
Oh, that was you guys?
That was me and this guy named Luis. So shout out to Luis from that place.
God, because then my bass player the whole time was like, "Yeah, twist his dick in the
Yeah,
crowd."
I remember James was kind of pissed about it at first, and then he kind of got into it later. I even heard him yell it once.
Twist his dick. He said it like 5 times after that.
So that's an interesting thing that makes me remember that.
God damn it.
And I was really impressed with his explanation of what twist his dick meant, because I was curious. I'm standing right next to this guy who in public is screaming "twist his dick," which is not a normal thing for me to hear in my everyday life. So I immediately get curious and I say, "Hey man, what's the deal with twist his dick?" And he says, "Well, first of all, Doesn't even have to be a guy, you just got to be mad at him. There doesn't even have to be a dick. You just have to have you ever get that feeling in your gut when you just want to reach out and twist his dick, when you feel like that's the only thing that would make it right? That's what I mean. You got to get that energy and twist his dick no matter who it is.
Speaking of
I hope I did your words justice if you hear
How about the
this.
scene when he pops out of the cupboards and starts pitching old dude's fucking dick?
Yeah, that's how
The Leprechaun was definitely embracing twist his dick energy.
I must have been reading something and not listening.
And then it feels like a more horrified Scooby-Doo adventure, really.
Thank you.
The entire movie, the whole movie gives huge Scooby-Doo vibes.
Just another Scooby-Doo.
We were not able to identify a Velma or an actual Scooby,
I
but
think
most
the
other
dad's
mainline
like Velma. He's even wearing an orange shirt, too.
Maybe he does have the most annoyingly visible shirt for no reason. This guy came out in high vis, just chose he chose eye violence is what he did.
He also chose to stick his hand in a fucking stump like a dumbass.
God,
yeah, that's true. That's true. He even claimed that it could have been a possum, and this man, he lives in a rural area. Like, this dude's clearly from around here. He knows that if a possum is aggressive enough to bite you, you should not be messing with that possum. Possums don't do that.
Okay, and I'm glad you said it because, like, when Jennifer Aniston gets scratched the first time, he's like, oh, it's probably a cat. It's like, hold on. Observe,
the cat's pissed.
Observe those scratch marks.
Yeah, look at those things. Those look nothing like cat claws.
No, and then when he says it's a possum, and then he goes and reaches in the tree, and he gets a bite mark on his hand that's obviously the shape of, like...
human dentition.
A humanoid,
teeth.
yeah.
Yeah, the leprechaun's teeth are really shitty and rotten, but they're very clearly
like,
arranged like human teeth.
Connect one and one together,
What?
His hands are unbelievably
weirdly
sharp.
disproportionate.
And why is he so strong? He rips off a car door. He punches through a tempered glass truck.
I'm going to leave those up to his gold enhanced powers.
Yeah, they got to be.
Those have to be gold enhanced.
Yep. He also doesn't use his force grip. Well,
he does a couple of times.
Twice I've witnessed so far.
One time he fails to use it properly because he doesn't have enough of his gold with him. Right when he meets Ozzy, he tries to restrain him with it. And then later on, he actually uses it just to transfer
gold
his bag
to his
of
hand.
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh, fuck that part. I don't really like
we
that
never
one.
really see him do anything cool with it.
No, and it's kind of wasted potential.
It really is a waste.
See, he grew from being an Ewok to a Leprechaun Jedi.
He takes a more hands-out approach. I think he likes that. Maybe it's the fun that he finds in...
Maybe it's the fact that he's 600 years old and he has nothing left except for affection for blood spilling.
Can we mention this phone ringing off the fucking...
Yeah,
off the hook?
Yeah.
I just saw it on
you
the
can't
TV.
even answer it.
No,
but she answers it anyway as soon as she picks it up.
Answer
and
it.
stops ringing.
Yeah, no.
And it even makes a
handset.
sound as if she picked it off the receiver,
That's
too.
really annoying.
It's fucking stupid.
I'm glad you mentioned that before, Tyler. I never noticed that last night.
I just saw it on the screen as I glanced over. I was like, I gotta.
I remember you said something when we were watching.
I've got to bring that up.
That was a really good observation.
Shit, I think Dan said that first.
Yeah, I did.
That was a good observation.
Yeah, Dan said it first.
Also, with this movie, even with the guns, they do reload.
Yes.
And the beginning scene, he shoots 2 shots, actually puts 2 bullets back in there.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a revolver in the beginning.
Yeah. And that fucking leprechaun can take bullets like all hell, dude.
Yeah, how many times does he fucking shoot him?
And dude, he's been lit up like RoboCop. He gets lit up like fucking RoboCop in this movie, and he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, dude got shot like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but at least they don't
5
shoot him in the
times.
dick.
Yeah, he got shot like 5 times throughout the film.
No, you got to remember, he gets shot twice in the beginning scene.
Yeah.
And then all the shotgun blasts, there's
And
at least
they just
4 of those.
completely lay him out.
It's like fucking Loomis in Halloween 2. I shot him 6 times!
He drops like he was born to drop, dude. It's so funny. He drops like a baby giraffe. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Leprechaun.
That's not a giraffe hunting joke. Giraffes fall like 12 feet when they're born. Real great start to life.
So, boys, should we wrap this one up?
Yeah, I think
you guys feel like we've said everything we need to say about Leprechaun?
Yeah, pretty much. There's not a whole lot to really talk about.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
this movie.
there's so much compacted into such a relatively normal
Yeah,
time. Like the scenes are in quantum superposition. It feels like it's like we're watching 2 scenes at once.
So basically, review this movie, how the movie played out. Very quickly.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah.
There was one thing I did want to say about this.
Yeah.
There was one more thing I wanted to bring up for you guys. This really struck me. The scene in the diner.
The scene in the diner.
The scene in the diner where Tori refuses some. So Tori is again painted as being like this out of towner kind of girl, out of touch. She's a vegetarian, and that's played up for laughs in some parts. She asks at one point if paint is biodegradable, so they're making fun of her like environmental consciousness back in the 90s. And so she refuses to eat some of Nathan's meatloaf on the
Yep.
grounds that she doesn't, that it's cut up. What is it? Cut up like something cow?
Dude, it looks like shit.
Cut up
too.
dead cow.
Yeah,
Inspired.
it looked like shit.
And it kind of struck me. And then he pulls up her shoe, which is a leather high top shoe. And he says, well, what is this? It's cut up dead cow. And I was like, it immediately struck me that Leprechaun is directly responsible for veganism, because some vegetarians saw this movie in 1993 and they took what was supposed to be a refutation, what was supposed to be evidence against their beliefs, and they said, oh shit, no, we just didn't go far enough. We got to get rid of all of the meat products, all of the animal products. So I do think that Leprechaun's probably responsible for veganism. They just didn't realize that they were going to be told by a leprechaun.
So because of leprechauns, we have vegans.
I think that we can squarely rest that on Leprechaun.
Good job.
So that's all I've got to say about that. Was the rest of what I had to say about this movie.
All right. Yeah, let's rate this motherfucker.
They also had some awesome shoes in the 90s. It fucking kicks.
Actually, yeah. Dude, the fits in this movie are actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, they are.
Like Jennifer Aniston, this is not... Okay, Jennifer Aniston actually does rock a couple pretty good fits in this movie.
With the
like,
pumps.
No lie. The shorts and those shoes and like that kind of jacket thing actually looks really cool. Some of these outfits, like Nathan, that like weird cut-up shirt vest thing, I would wear that. It does look really cool.
All right. You guys ready to rate this?
Why is the nursing home fucking so fucking vacant? Like, did the leprechaun clear it out or something?
This is just how American nursing homes are. A disgrace.
Yeah, before we even get on the rating, I'm glad you brought that up, Dan, because that scene of them, like, Jennifer Aniston running away and him in the fucking wheelchair.
Oh, my God.
Just going fast as fuck. Actually, I want to mention that reminds me of an Offspring music video called The Meaning of Life. They're just, like, in these giant, like, wooden wicker wheelchairs.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Rockets going on them. They're just going fast as fuck. But a little bit of trivia I saw reading this, if I can fucking find it real quick.
And he leaves no marks of blood, so he must have dragged his body up into the elevator, then murdered him up there, but it left him half alive to say something.
Yeah.
Maybe he can teleport other things, too.
Oh, if we never see it, then we can't...
We don't see it, but that is a potential explanation.
I mean, the only thing he can teleport is obviously his gold with him. He does teleport his gold with him.
He can teleport his gold with him, but he and his gold share a very close connection, so we're not actually certain that his gold is a separate entity from him. I'm convinced that his gold might actually be a part of him. Like, Dan, you mentioned last week that you're familiar with Skyrim. Think about Clavicus Vial and Barbas. In the lore, they're the same. They're two parts of the same entity. One of them looks like it's in a subservient role, but actually contains a great amount of its power. So maybe that's that might be kind of the relationship between him and his gold. He might use the gold as a storehouse for the power rather than as something that he uses to channel it. So it might be a totally different thing than what I thought.
I found that trivia I was looking for the wheelchair.
Where the fuck did he get the wig so fast, too?
That's just the back of his head, I think.
Oh, no, that's a wig.
He turns around, it doesn't look separate.
No, that's the back of Warwick Davis' head.
Oh, come on.
It looks like fucking Willow, right?
It doesn't
the
look
wig's
separate.
gray and his hair is red.
The whole time, to me, it just looked like a red-haired guy with some gray added to his hair.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so for the trivia for this scene, it says Warwick Davis chases Jennifer Aniston in a wheelchair. Aniston had to run and, quote, this is IMDb, run and jiggle in slow motion so that Davis could keep up with her. As he had trouble manipulating the wheels, the wheelchair was too big and hard to control.
Yeah, dude, his legs look fucking dead in that wheelchair.
Because he was wearing rubber gloves.
Yep. And they do waste a really cool opportunity here right now. When he turns that corner, they absolutely could have had him, Tyler said this before, go up on one wheel and do this sick turn, and they just don't. He turns the corner at full speed, but doesn't do anything cool.
It would have been badass if he did do that.
100% agree.
Dude, and they had such weird camera angles in this movie.
Actually,
I have no idea why.
Thank you for bringing that, especially in the scene in the hospital. They kept, like, shifting around the camera. I was like, this is kind of dumb.
Annoying.
Yeah, why would you do
that?
that?
And it's not even done for an intentional region. Like, it's not done for the Leprechaun's perspective at all. It's just a weird camera angle.
In the woods, it kind of is when he's chasing her. When
that one scene is the exception.
They do have some POV shots from him, but they also have some. They also do have some shots from directly behind the Leprechaun too. So it's not even fully his own POV completely.
Okay. Why would you even call that? I'm never gonna think about it.
It's still
third
POV.
Perspective.
Third person
perspective. Yeah. Third person view. Yeah, that's what it would be.
And Jennifer Aniston, this is one of the only scenes where she finds O'Malley in the elevator. She actually like cries and breaks.
O'Grady.
Yeah,
she plays it so cool for this whole movie. Like Tori is just, she's always on whatever she needs to be doing, and it's the first time she really lets it crack in front of O'Grady when O'Grady dies in the top of the elevator.
She's like, I've just had enough of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't blame her at all.
Yeah.
100%. You've encountered a supernatural creature, and now people are dying. That shit's wild.
He took the wheelchair out of the hospital. He couldn't get enough of it. He's like, I'm not done with this.
I know we just watched it like an hour ago. I didn't even catch that part.
Hey, so with these doorless Jeeps, so the Jeep in this movie that Tori drives is like a red, I believe it's red. The
look
lighting's
at them
weird.
fucking
a red doorless Jeep.
Like a Wrangler.
So does I've been
YJ,
thinking about this phrase for years, but I can't remember where it's from. Do any of you guys remember where like the Bosnians stole his van door is from? It's from a movie or a show or something. Have you ever heard that?
I don't know.
There was like some notorious guy with a van with no doors, and they were like, "Why doesn't he have any doors?" And there's like some Bosnians stole his van door. And that was what I thought about immediately. Oh my god, I hate the clover patch.
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought about immediately when I saw her.
If there was a 4-leaf clover near there, wouldn't he want to be away from the patch? Because there is one, and he'd feel that being that close.
Yeah, and he literally fucking melts and explodes when the clover touches him later.
So why he's by that clover patch? You think he'd avoid all clover patches, especially if they had a 4-leaf one.
And Johnny and I were talking last night that might actually be a form of natural selection for leprechauns. Was that maybe the natural growth of 4-leaf clovers could control the leprechaun population if they'd encountered them in the wild. And I had the idea that might be why they're so into shoes. Because if they're super, because traditionally the leprechaun is thought of not as a cobbler for other people, but somebody who's constantly working on his own shoes because he runs around so much that he wears them out all the time. So I'm thinking maybe they take such good care of their shoes and wear shoes in the first place as fairies so that they don't accidentally come into contact with 4-leaf clovers. You see, they got the buckled on, very tightly secured shoes. They got the high socks and they've got the pants overlapping.
His buckles weren't even on because he still took that shit off like it was nothing.
Yeah,
yeah, he did.
But something to think about. Maybe the 4-leaf clover, and that's why there are not that many leprechauns, because the ones who were too dumb to wear shoes, or who couldn't make shoes, or who were not good at making shoes, or got tricked out of their shoes, died from fucking 4-leaf clover exposure.
It's true.
And so now we've got the really sneaky, dirty, diabolical, really good cobblers are the only leprechauns left.
Hey,
And he also does some Jeepers Creepers stuff right here. When he takes the cop's eyeball out and puts it in his own, that's Jeepers Creepers kind of stuff.
I love that part. That part was cool.
And he's just totally
that's
freaking
also
around.
Pretty nasty. That's one of those other things he does that's really nasty.
But that's
cool.
the weirdest power. He can take human parts and just shove it into himself, and
Magic.
it's fine. Yeah, it's magic.
He doesn't do anything special to connect the optic nerve either. He just pops it in the socket.
Yeah, he just gets it in
So
there.
he probably doesn't even have the same kind of anatomy that we do.
So, who pointed out that 4-leaf clover just looked like it had another clover? Was that you?
The 4-leaf clover that they take out of the clover patch, which is conveniently highlighted in green next to the house, with really
literally just
shitty
have
light.
a green fucking light over
Yeah,
it.
it is just a green. There's 2 green lights.
Yeah.
But
the only way this makes sense is if it's from the leprechaun's perspective.
Yeah, maybe we're seeing leprechaun vision here, but when they pull up the clover, there's this whole exchange between Tori and Ozzy, where Tori's like, "We're never gonna find this. It's stupid. We just need to stop looking and give up. Find a way another way to kill him."
Yeah. All of a sudden,
Ozzy says, "You've lost your faith. You've just got to believe." And so she just angrily grabs a clump, and there's a perfect 4-leaf clover in it. But the quote-unquote heavy air quotes here, perfect 4-leaf clover, is very, very clearly just a regular 3-leaf clover with another leaf attached to it.
Yeah, and it still might count, though.
Shitty stuck on there, but apparently it does still count. That is the clover that they use to, quote, defeat the leprechaun at the end of the movie, which leads me to the hypothesis that it's more about the number 4 than it is about the clover for the leprechaun, because even a dollar store 4-leaf clover like that still has the same kind of power. But alternate to that might be why he doesn't die, and how we spawn the rest of the Leprechaun franchise is because it was a shitty knockoff 4-leaf clover, whereas a real one might have killed him. I don't know.
Fair cop.
And when that kid runs into the bar, his plan does not work at all. I do not know what that kid was planning. Putting down the bear trap, but that severely backfires, almost to him head getting crushed right away.
Yeah.
He didn't even try to run him into it.
That one's a heavy cringe when you watch it too. If you're really keeping an eye on Alex, because his head gets real close to that pressure plate, and the only thing I can think of watching that is what those teeth are gonna feel like scraping on my skull.
And I kind of wish the movie would have went there.
I kind of did too.
Just for straight shock value, like, oh like shit, they actually killed the kid. What
that would have definitely bumped up my score for this movie.
Go for it.
Two things. One of them's kind of controversial. One of them's not. The first one, I feel like if you're going to have the kind of movie that's going to crank the shit out of Mrs. O'Grady's neck like they did at the beginning, I feel like they should have gone with the bear trap.
Yes.
But also, I feel like this is actually a kind of a criterion that I have for what is a good movie and what's not, is if I'll accept a kid getting killed on screen. That is one, like, I feel like a really, really good movie almost, it feels like deserving or not deserving when it happens. That's how I think about it when I'm watching a movie, was like, that movie didn't deserve to kill that kid. Like,
and this would be an instance where they did.
Because I feel like the movie absolutely doesn't deserve it, but I kind of wish they would have gone there just to watch him fail at it. Because this movie does not earn it. I feel like
I agree with
it's
that.
not a thing I want to happen in a movie.
I just
but
want
if
the
it
shock
happens
value.
in a movie, it's either because the movie is at a certain level where it can get away with it, or it's just a dog shit movie that's groping for shock. And I think there is a difference.
Yeah, and this would be the latter. This would be the latter.
This would be the latter. It would be terrible in this, but I do wish they did it.
And the reaction wouldn't be so happy at the end of the movie, like, we got rid of Leprechaun, but damn, a kid died.
Yeah, and then we could have gone
sweet.
That would have kind of.
I'm a dark asshole.
I'm kind of glad they didn't do it, because I do like the of mice and men dynamic with Ozzy and Alex, and I think having it end, if they were gonna make it end, which they don't, if they were gonna do it, I think they should have gone with Ozzy being the one who went out to parallel Lenny from the story.
Yeah, and he does take down the Leprechaun. How many Lucky Charms references are in this movie?
5 I counted.
5?
I'm not sure I counted all of them, but my count was 5.
That's got to be somewhere in the realm of it.
It's at least 5.
At least.
What was the cereal called? Lucky Clover? Instead of Lucky Charms?
Yeah, it's still reference. It's still a reference to Lucky Charms.
I thought it was funny. He says, "Dad."
There's a song called Lucky Clover playing in the diner, or I don't know if it's called that. There's a song that contains a lyric, Lucky Clover.
Oh, it's the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when Alex shoots with a slingshot, the bubblegum wrapped in the four-leaf clover, he says, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms." There's a couple of times where Lucky Charms are brought up. I counted 5.
That's 5 too many.
It is 5 too many.
Oh, fuck it. They're just going to go with the trope.
Alex absolutely earns that one at the end, though. So
yes, he does.
I would say it's 4 too many.
Yeah,
I think Alex earns that one.
And the acting from Ozzy when the end scene, it is just so bad.
It's just so flat.
He's like, "Oh, we're done." Okay, put some emphasis into it.
Pretty much everyone except for Jennifer Aniston and Warwick Davis, they're the only two that pull it off. But everyone else in this movie,
Well, the Leprechaun cleaning the shoes, my favorite part.
Oh, absolutely.
When they're throwing the shoes at him, it's like a dog you're throwing treats
funny.
at.
It's
the
so
exact
funny.
look.
It is.
I'm never going to be able to see anything but a weird little man with a boot blacking kink, but I still think it's so funny to watch.
And
it's
to know,
so funny to watch.
for me to know that's Willow under there makes it more hilarious for me.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus Christ!
All right, well,
okay.
All right, we had a lot more to add, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
I guess there was still some juice. Not 8 more movies worth to squeeze out, but I think there was still some juice left in there.
We're just barely squeezing it. Getting every little drop as much as we can.
What were you gonna do before we started going back onto it, Tyler?
I was just gonna say we just rate this and give recommendations and whatnot. We'll start with Dan this week. Out of 10, recommend.
Well, Jennifer Aniston gets a point, like I said previously.
True.
For reasons that I can't state anymore. So I'm just going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Would I watch it? Only if you're watching with a bunch of friends to fucking mock it, yes.
This is not a movie to watch alone.
Yeah,
ever.
it's not something you watch alone and be like, wow, I took something away from this.
If you find yourself watching Leprechaun alone, reevaluate your choices. Go take a class, make some friends.
Dingus.
Talk to a cashier at a grocery store.
Hell yeah.
Help an old lady across the street or something. Wake yourself up.
Yeah, literally just breathe air, touch grass.
Really.
Mike,
what was it?
How about you out of 10?
Oh man, it's not a good movie, but I also agree with a lot of Dan's reasoning on it. And I also love the Leprechaun just getting completely floored by those shotgun blasts. This movie, if even for those scenes, has I believe probably a degree of rewatchability for me.
And there's 90 nostalgia in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. I would rewatch it.
Damn.
I would rewatch it,
That's
but
pretty,
not this year.
Sorry.
I'd rewatch it, but not this year. And I would tell other people to watch it, but not alone.
I wouldn't avoid it completely, but I'm probably never going to run into this movie
No,
again.
I actually did avoid watching this movie for a very long time. I just put it off. It was not something I wanted to do. Like I never had the taste for it. But then when Johnny said there's 8 other, 7 other ones.
First time I ever watched this movie was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I did watch it alone.
Yeah, this might be your cue. It might be your time. Maybe you should watch Leprechaun, but don't watch Leprechaun unless you have people to watch Leprechaun with.
Yeah. John, what about you, buddy?
Damn, I was just surprised about that 6 out of 10 that you just gave to
Dude,
it.
I love that Leprechaun getting knocked the fuck out. I love it. It really, honestly, I do. It's so good to me. I love it so much.
I was just surprised about that because, like, holy shit. I mean, yeah, I definitely do give the same recommendation. Don't watch this movie by yourself. I would never do that. But if you're watching it with friends, yes, definitely, because, like, this is something to really riff off of. I do notice like a lot of stuff that they had to put into the film, which came to like some of the dub overs and the audio during the chase scene through the rest home where O'Grady was at with Jennifer Aniston and Warwick Davis. That I noticed they had to do some dub over with Jennifer Aniston when she was running, because you can tell when they transition back to her that you can see she wasn't saying anything, and they still had to dub the audio of her screaming while she was running. If you don't see that transition, you gotta really notice it. I saw that real easily.
Yeah, I also did notice there was a lot of weird dubbing in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of weird things with inconsistent distances. No matter how far away from a character you are, the dub sounds like you're directly next to it.
Yeah, the sound quality is not something to be admired.
Yeah, sound quality was just
that
something
does take it down a little bit for me.
Yeah, that just made it a little off-putting. Especially with a lot of the callbacks to other movies that we've already like previously seen before seeing Leprechaun, like, you know, Evil Dead. There was callback to that, as well as the Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, thank you.
A little bit of trivia.
Yeah,
I was reading it. He said he also got influence from Critters and Child's Play also for this movie.
Child's Play, I kind of saw Child's Play.
I don't know why I didn't click that in my brain. That's my favorite goddamn slasher too.
I saw Chucky. Child's Play. I saw a little bit just because of like some of the sequences with him running and, you know, trying to be as like what is it, the term I'm looking for? Not noticeable. That's another thing too. Like
incognito.
Incognito. There's that. I saw.
I don't want to know what the Leprechaun does in incognito mode.
Oh god damn. I just noticed that a lot.
Sure.
It's all shoes.
So does
it's
the
all
shoe become
polishing.
a puppet?
It's he does hand puppets with the shoes. He's got to polish their insides too.
He fucking loves Crocs. Don't even.
So to give my rating,
he loves the mouthfeel of Crocs.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
To give my rating, since I did recommend watching this with others and not by yourself, this was an okay movie. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 as well, because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. Or it wasn't great, but it was an okay movie. And, you know, I do occasionally come back to this movie every once in a while. So, yeah, 5 out of 10.
And what do we have for you, Tyler?
All right. Well, I mean, I enjoy this movie. It's funny to see Warwick Davis as a little leprechaun spreading fucking chaotic fucking havoc around a little fucking trio or quattro of people or whatnot.
Yeah.
Acting shit, though, besides Warwick and Aniston. They're the only ones that really carried the fucking movie. None of the logic in this movie makes any goddamn fucking sense at all.
100%.
I recommend checking it out alone or with friends, but mostly with friends.
Don't justify yourself.
I mean, honestly, just pack a bowl and get high and just fucking watch this movie if you're by yourself. If you're a friend, crack open a few cold ones and just have a good fucking laugh like we all did today. For me personally, I'm giving this a 5 out of 10 also. It's just kind of average for me.
So what is the aggregate score?
It's a 5.25
Nice.
for us.
Did you take Scott's score into account?
No.
I believe he said 4. 4 out of 10 for Scott.
All right, I'll have to update that later then.
4 out of 10. Wait, so is that what you would do,
Oh,
Scott?
4? Yep. All right, so
Scott's been here the whole time. You guys didn't know. Surprise.
Yeah, right.
Surprise special guest.
Okay, let me re-add the average then real quick.
And no, I would not recommend this movie.
It's so it's actually a 5 for the aggregate score. I just did the math real quick.
It is okay, so then just a straight 5.
It's a straight 5.
Straight fiver.
Which is okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just okay.
That seems fair.
That seems fair. Yeah, pretty fair, honestly.
All right, Punks at the Cinema, 5 average for a fucking Leprechaun. All right, boys, let's play a little game here.
If we were drunk, it would have been
better.
Yeah, I agree, but I partied my ass off.
Play the game.
I partied my ass off.
It's okay. You did it for St. Patrick.
Doing Dropkick Murphys in St. Patrick's Day yesterday.
Yeah, I saw those.
Oh
pictures.
fuck! I didn't mention that in my what I've been watching. So I bought the.
You guys watched the live stream, right?
Yeah, the live stream is Dropkick Murphys. It's actually the first year I had to pay. It's always been free, but I guess this year I actually had to pay for tickets. That was like $17 or some
Fucking
shit.
inflation.
It's not bad.
Nah, honestly, and it's St. Patrick's, and Dropkick Murphys is one of my favorite fucking bands. I literally have them tattooed on me. And it's kind of been tradition since the pandemic happened, so it's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but the game is all the Leprechaun movies on IMDb. So
Oh God!
you guys are gonna guess.
Really thought this one out, huh? Can't wait to see the scores on.
Fucking game.
Yeah, I'm just substitute game.
You know, if
today.
he starts guessing 0 again, he's probably gonna fucking win.
Well,
Dan knows my strategy well.
let's find out. Let's start with Mike for Leprechaun 1. What do you think they gave it on IMDb? This is a point system too, so it's 1 through 10. You can do like
6.1.
Yeah.
Decimals. Yeah.
So the score is out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we doing different scores?
Yeah. So
Critics and then audience.
No,
again, or is it
just one.
Just
oh, okay. 2.9.
2.9. Dan?
Are we doing the first one?
There's only one for this one.
the first movie.
This is for the first Leprechaun.
Oh, the first. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
my
Yeah,
bad.
the first
first
Leprechaun,
movie.
because there's 7 or 8 of these
Yeah,
bastard
there's
movies out
8.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do we don't say the score right away? Do we?
Just go ahead.
Shit, I was already supposed to write this down. Let me get a 28 on the board there.
So a 2.8.
Oh, it's only out of 10?
It's out of 10.
Yeah, it's out of 10 for IMDb.
Oh man, that's not as fun.
Well, there's decimals in between.
So you
Yeah, let me get a 2.8. Fuck it, let's roll with that.
2.8. What'd you say, Mike?
2.9.
Jesus Christ. I said 6.1.
What?
6.1.
Dan's gonna take it.
Oh, I
no,
priced
wait,
it right there.
wait, hold on.
Oh shit.
I'm already fucking up.
Oh no.
Get your shit together.
Oh, wait,
Pack it
no,
all
4,
together.
5?
Put it all in one place. Get your shit together.
What did you say, John?
I said
6.1?
6.1.
You said 2.9?
2.9. Yes.
So
I believe it goes to John because it's a 4.8. I think believe he's the closest.
Wow. Yeah, I am
Yeah,
pretty
he was
close.
close.
Damn.
So John gets the point on that one.
none of our win these
Okay,
fucking
I'm
things.
surprised that it was. Well, actually, that's not bad.
Well, the
4.8.
first Leprechaun movie, Jennifer
Yeah,
Aniston in
4.8.
it.
Weird
Yeah.
that we're actually pretty close to IMDb's rating.
Yeah.
All right. The second movie. Start with John.
God.
Start with you first, John.
3.9.
3.9. Mike?
2.9.
2.9.
Oh, jeez, I'm just at 3. I kind of screwed.
What'd
You
you
saying 3?
Solid 3.
3. What'd you say, John?
3.9.
3.9. What'd you say, Mike?
2.9.
2.9. John's going to take it again. It's a 4.6.
Jesus Christ. Oh God.
People still enjoyed.
People still slightly enjoy
They were
it.
still pumped after their first movie. Like, need these screenshots back.
All right, Leprechaun 3. Let's start with Mike.
2.9.
There's a theme here.
Okay, 2.9. John.
2.0.
1. Just fucking 1.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
There ain't no way the third one made it out.
No.
All right.
Remember, they made 8. So.
Mike's gonna take it. It's a 5.0.
What the fuck?
Wow! Wait a minute. It
How
was
could this
higher than the
happen?
first two.
Yes.
That is
What?
fucked.
What? Does this have a cult following? Are people like, yeah, more There has to be somebody
Probably.
out here watching Leprechaun, though.
Probably.
The fuck are these people?
Wow.
Well, Johnny and I discovered that it may have a cult following in Spanish-speaking countries.
That's
last night
true.
When we found out that whatever streaming service we were looking at it on only had Leprechaun in Spanish.
That is so strange.
It is really weird.
Una película de Mark Jones.
All right, for Leprechaun in Space. Oh, shit. Let's have Dan go first.
I got a 4 this time because people are fucking insane on this movie.
A 4. Mike?
2.9.
John?
3.0.
What'd you say, Dan? A 4?
A 4, solid 4 for fucking Leprechaun in Space. Let's go, bud.
What'd you say?
3.0.
There's a tie here.
What?
Because it's a 3.5.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, that's what you get for not fucking around the decimals. That's what we get.
Shit and tits.
Do you guys want to flip a coin for the point?
I say we got a Ramshambo for this shit.
I got long legs, bud.
Yeah, you might lose that one, John. I recommend just flipping the fucking coin.
I don't know what that is, and I want to see it.
That's where you get kicked in the balls.
I
What
call
the
heads.
fuck?
I got a coin.
You got
Got a
one?
coin over there.
Probably better than a shitty penny. So.
Yeah, I got a coin. Don't worry. Here's a
Remove
dime.
the penny.
All right, so Dan's taking heads. I'm taking tails. All right.
Oh man, that's bad luck. Jennifer Aniston's tail was good.
Oh wait a minute, I'm gonna redo that because that was shit.
What the fuck is a?
That was no because that was that was bad toss.
Okay, fucking Joker
Shouldn't
toss.
a neutral party be tossing?
It was tails.
Is it tails? Who had tails?
Good job announcing your own coin toss,
Dan
Johnny.
did?
No, me.
No, John
we
did?
Tossing.
Al-
and
Although
announcing.
I call temperament on that. Can we get the Game Master?
I would
on
never have trusted that coin toss.
that? Yeah, obviously rigged coin.
That was a shady coin toss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fucking Two-Face over
There's
there.
been a quarter on the floor all night, and you guys
Yeah.
failed
Oh
to
my
notice
god.
that.
I just noticed that too.
I trust that quarter hasn't been tampered with.
There's I'll
Didn't come
flip
from
that
your
quarter.
pocket.
That's what we should have done. We should have had me flip the quarter.
We're past it. Let's go.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna say, fuck that
I don't
one.
even care.
No one's getting a point then. Fuck that.
That's fine.
All right.
There we go, Game Master.
Yeah.
Lay down the law.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh,
This one
shit.
was probably good.
What do you think, John?
This one's like a 5.1.
5.1. Mike?
2.9.
Why do I even ask you anymore?
Because you'd be a bad game master if you didn't.
Dan.
I think this movie's an absolute banger and a
Tyler's
cult
fulfilling
classic.
his
This one
duties.
gets a 7.1 from me.
Damn.
I hate that. I preemptively hate that.
What did you say, John?
5.1.
I got 7.1.
He's got 2.9.
Yeah, it's surprised he has 2.9 yet. I admire the consistency.
I believe Mike takes it. It's
No.
a 3.7.
No, wait.
Right?
So John and I are 1.2
What did
apart.
John say?
John and I are 1.2 apart.
No, are we really? Yeah. because I
2.9
said-
versus 5.1, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're 1 point. No, we're not. I'm doing math wrong. I can't do math. We're 2.2 apart.
Don't go to college.
Don't go to college, kids.
You said 2.9. Movie was what? 3.7?
Yeah, 3.7.
John
Eight.
was 1.4 off.
Yeah, no, he's 0.8 off.
So it's Mike's point?
Yeah, it's Mike's point.
That's what I
Shit.
thought.
Yeah, it's Mike's point.
I was trying to argue my way out of a point, and I failed.
All right. So far, the score is John 2, Mike 2,
Oh, God.
Dan nothing.
I hate that I'm even in the running.
So a tie game between John and Mike right now. And we have
No.
I ain't coming back.
we have 3
4.
more movies
Oh,
to
we
go.
did. Okay.
If you sweep out the rest of it.
Ain't no way.
All right, Dan, we'll start you off with Leprechaun in the Hood 2.
What?
Leprechaun in the Hood 2?
Yes.
Why are there
The
two?
Return to the Hood?
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Now
Alright.
there are 2 of them.
All right. I get to 5.5 from me.
5.5.
All right.
Mike.
Look me. Yeah.
I don't even want to.
2.9.
John.
Look me in the eye
3.3.
when I say 2.9 to you.
I said 3.3. He said, look me in the eyes as I tell you this. 2.9.
I fucking hate you right now. I forgot everyone's scores. I'm sorry.
If I don't get Tyler to say he hates me at least once per visit, I did a bad job.
What was yours, Dan?
Mine was for this cult classic movie, Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Coming back. 5.5.
Is it actually Back to the Hood and not Leprechaun in the Hood too?
Yeah, it's Back to the Hood.
I hate that even more.
Yeah.
2.9. What'd you say? 3.3.
Yep.
John gets the point. This is 3.9.
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
no chance.
So
Turn his mic off.
Rip Dan.
John's in the lead now. We got 2 more.
Rip Dan's chances.
This is Origins. I've actually never seen these 2. These
Took
are
him that
newer
long.
ones.
Is that one not in Ireland either?
I don't know.
I'm gonna be so mad.
I haven't seen these last 2.
I'd be so
I've
pissed.
heard a little bit about Origins, but I've never seen it.
I might waste a day of my life and just bang through all these.
I have the whole collection.
Oh no.
Let's start with John on this one.
I think this one was a 4.9.
4.9.
Yeah.
2.9.
Dan.
I got a fucking 10. It don't matter anymore. I hate these games. I tell you
Dan's
guys,
more on my strategy than I am.
What did you say, John?
4.9.
Guess what?
I can steal points.
Mike's getting it because it's a 3.2.
Wow.
So now it's a tied game of fucking gun.
What the hell?
And how complicated are all these games if he's guessing the same score and getting it?
Yeah, for real.
So last question.
Oh,
tie
shit.
game between Mike and John.
God
I can
damn
still win.
In your heart, you
Goodbye,
can.
Dan.
Dan.
There's no winning this game.
In
Dan,
my
you
heart,
always
you've
win in my heart.
In my heart, you've already won, Dan.
All right. The last one is
Go with me first.
Leprechaun Returns.
A fucking
Shit, I don't know
10
about this
for this
one.
classic. And
Are you serious? Or are you just like...
a 10 for the...
Okay,
Dude.
okay. He said a
He
10.
fucking
Perfect
returns.
All right, he's
He
saying...
comes back.
I can't.
All right,
8th time.
fuck.
Go, John.
3.9.
You guys are going to average out if it's in the middle.
Do I even have to fucking ask you?
2.9.
All right.
He's going to win the game by doing this, and I fucking love it if he doesn't.
So
What was it? Just fucking say it.
it's a
You guess.
5. John gets the point. He's the closest.
Nice.
See? They're waiting for another one.
No.
A fucking
Wait,
banger of
I
a
am,
5
yeah,
at the end.
never mind.
Yeah.
I had to think about it for a second.
Want to win?
Wait, you don't want to win?
He never wants to win every week.
I won by losing. Okay, think about that.
That's true.
You won in our hearts.
You
all
won
right,
in
Dan?
protest to
Dan,
this
you win in
horrible
our
game.
hearts.
That is the game.
He did the
That's the,
morally
most
correct thing.
complicated shit I've ever had to fucking do in
Oh
my
my God.
brain. Especially with this guy saying 2.9 every fucking time.
Well, you know,
Dan did the morally
staring me
correct.
dead in the windows of my souls in my eyes, telling me 2.9 for 8 goddamn questions.
it almost worked.
I love this guy, but I hate him right now so fucking much. I lost count of everyone's scores every goddamn time he kept saying 2.9. My brain cannot work like that.
I was dragged to another city to frustrate Tyler.
Yeah, well, I'm glad
Where
you
is it?
did. All right, let's get into some entertainment news.
Eyewitness sexy action school news.
Fuck.
I gotta pay.
Well, you better
Just
do some
kidding.
news first.
No, I'm just kidding. Not yet. So you know what's funny that you guys kept mentioning Willow. So you know how Disney Plus had their series of Willow
Yeah, I got canceled.
just got canceled.
He should have stuck with Leprechaun, obviously. Got 8 of those.
Well, I don't even know who did. Who was the actor that did Willow for the Disney Plus series?
It's Warwick Davis.
Is he really that like young, or is he that old?
I mean, he's old, but it's probably.
He looks. I like. It's just so weird.
It's
Because,
that Disney CGI, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, there's no way that he's still like kicking it with doing all these like films and.
Oh yeah,
series
dude,
still.
he's like almost all the or some of the goblins in the Harry Potter franchise.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true. I didn't even think about
Like
that,
the
but
bank
yeah,
goblins,
he's
the Gringotts
he's
ones?
the robot in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's Alan Rickman as the voice, but he's in the
Alan Rickman.
he's in the suit though.
Shout out to the Snape wives.
What's his name? Marvin, right?
Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin.
But yeah, no, that's they're canceling the series after just running one season because I'm guessing it just wasn't peaking to what they wanted for.
But we can get 2 things of Velma?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
that's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Velma's woke and not as well.
Well, I mean, it creates controversy. Nobody gives a shit about Willow.
Yeah, it's just
People will
nobody really
fucking
cared
hate
about
watch
it.
Velma. They'll hate watch it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about Velma.
You don't need to.
It's just
Do you want to hate watch something?
I hate watching things.
Oh, you're gonna hate watching.
he
that.
does it. He does it on a daily basis.
Why would you poison yourself like that?
Anyways, Yeah, don't worry about that
Sometimes
fucking
living in a
laugh.
cave has its advantages.
Any news on the puppet front? Or?
Puppet news.
Or let me get back to this. How's your workout? How's your workout been going? You've been getting the pumps?
Yeah, we've been getting the pumps.
I've been sick for the last week. I've been missing going to the
actually,
gym.
that's true. Yeah, we've been getting the pumps though.
Eager to get back to it.
Here's a update on Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein for Netflix.
Oh, you took my shit, you
nice.
fucking...
Oh, were you about to talk about that? I'll let you talk
was.
about that. No,
Well,
talk about that.
Bring it up. Just bring it up.
No, all right. Yeah, so they casted Oscar Isaac, Andrew Garfield, and Mia Goth for
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yep.
I'm fucking...
Who's Mia Goth?
Mia Goth is this chick.
From Infinity Pool and X and Pearl.
That chick right there.
I recognize her from something, but I can't put my
It's
finger
probably
on
a
it.
different film or series that you watched.
I have no idea.
Yeah, she's been in Pearl and X.
I think she's in A Cure for Wellness. Also.
I haven't seen any of those.
I haven't seen Cure for Wellness, but X and Pearl have been really fucking good.
I 100% recognize her face.
Ty West just put out. She was just in Infinity Pool from Baby
that.
Cronenberg. I need to watch that
Baby
shit too.
Cronenberg.
It's fucking Cronenberg's son.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
But yeah, dude, for one, Del Toro is like, he's become like my favorite director. He's kind of pushing Burton out of the way there.
It really is.
And he's tackling my goddamn favorite horror movie of all time. Like,
I mean, the fact that Pinocchio was like a great film that he did, and it was also best. It was nominated. Well, it won the best animation for the Oscars this year. So
yeah.
Which
it deserves.
Which it does deserve. So Frankenstein might be up there as well for a film.
Let's hope so.
We just gotta see, but yeah, got his 3 main stars for.
No, that's a weird kind of casting though. Would you say Oscar Isaac, Andrew Garfield?
Yep.
That's so weird.
I don't know what made him want to choose Andrew Garfield and Oscar Isaac, but yeah, he chose. My assumption is Isaac's probably gonna be. I don't know. The doctor?
I could see him more as the doctor.
He could be the doctor, or he could be Frankenstein, but that would be a really weird.
I don't see it.
It would be a weird twist if he was the
monster.
The monster. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think. I bet you. Yeah, Oscar Isaac's probably gonna be the doctor, and maybe Garfield might be like Igor. Maybe
could be.
Pinocchio.
It's a great movie. And then Mia Goth.
A puppet fighting its way away from John.
That's what it was, wasn't it?
What was it?
Hold up. Let me see if this is...
And Mia Goth is obviously going to be Elizabeth, so...
That's true, yeah. So the next article that I wanted to bring up, I don't know if this is something that you were also going to bring up too, with Lance Reddick.
No.
No? Okay.
I don't even know what this is.
So Lance Reddick just passed away today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Reddick, yep.
I did see that.
Lance Reddick, who was
that today or yesterday?
This was yesterday, actually. Sorry. This was yesterday. He passed away in the morning because TMZ was the news reporting company that reported his death, and they said that he passed away naturally in his home. They haven't pronounced what it was, but he did pass away.
He was like 60 years old.
Yeah, he was 60, and he still looked good, but it just naturally happened. Something happened. I wanted to talk about a little bit of how the lake reminds a lot of folks that, we love kaiju films. This is an article that was released from KaijuUnited.com. This was written by Jacob Lingle.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Jacob Lingle. He wrote this article. He's reminding people about how why we love kaiju films so much. And if you guys would like more intel on this, I'll read a small paragraph of his article that he wrote. Humanity is a race full of superstitions. Over the thousands of years of the modern human existence, fear has plagued us all. In its opening narrative, the lake spends time emphasizing 3 critical fears oozing within this film: the fear of the unknown, fear of what happens to us next, and fear of the safety of our kin. All 3 thematically represent the true underlying nature of Thong Hyum's film, which takes their initiative, pyramiding feelings, and weaves them into a classic monster movie story which is what he wrote. Which this is the first article of his article. That's what he presented for the film The Lake.
Yeah, that made me more interested to see this movie, even though you gave it a 5 as an average, I guess. But that sounds interesting.
Well, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't check it out. I actually did recommend people to check it out. It was just like it was kind of weird the way that they put it. That was just my perspective, though. So like you can take watching that film and give a different perspective on it. I'm just putting my opinion on it. But you know, people love this movie a lot. There's people who love this movie, and there was people who I've heard did not like this movie at all.
It's always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
I want you to show me where I can watch this movie because I want to come into it as somebody who's only seen a couple of kaiju movies and see what a fresh pair of eyes can see in this movie.
Oh, okay.
And maybe offer a different perspective, one that's not so seasoned by classic kaiju movies like yours.
Yeah, that's true. That I can definitely do. Next article, which I'm very excited about. Machete in Space gets surprising update from Robert Rodriguez.
Well, it looks like we gotta make it. That's what he said, pretty much.
Just call it Electric Boogaloo and just be done.
Are we talking about like
Machete Kills in Space?
Oh, Machete Kills.
Yeah,
not
Machete.
Like,
not
What am I trying to think? Never mind. I completely lost it.
Oh no, this was like
lost it.
This was
like remember what was that old movie Machete with
Danny Trejo?
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, this is gonna be the third movie.
Oh, those are tied in? I thought that was a totally different thing.
Nope.
I thought Machete Kills was a totally different thing.
Nope.
No, Machete Kills is the sequel to Machete.
Oh. Well, shit. Maybe I'll have to look at that.
Yeah,
I'm actually excited for it. Even though it's just a fake trailer he put out at the end of Machete Kills. But he's like, people want this fucking movie, so
people
I gotta make
want
it.
another Machete.
I fucking do.
I do too.
I love Machete.
I enjoyed Machete, yeah.
What's up with the in space thing though? Like,
I don't know.
I hate it.
Well, really, Machete started off as a joke. I was telling, I think I was telling Scott earlier, but for the Grindhouse, for Planet Terror and Death Proof,
Yep.
like if you went to the theater, I didn't see it in theater, but I know about this. When the first movie played, this is a Grindhouse feature, double feature. In between, like the intermissions or whatever, they would play these fake trailers.
Yep.
And one of them was Machete that Robert Rodriguez made, and the other one was Thanksgiving by Eli Roth,
That's right,
which is actually becoming a film this year finally.
Yep.
And then the other one was like Werewolf Babes of the SS or some shit by Rob Zombie.
What the fuck? I'm gonna need you to say that again.
Werewolf Babes of the SS. That's Rob Zombie.
Where can I watch Werewolf Babes of the SS?
It doesn't exist. It's just a fake trailer.
Why?
Because Rob Zombie didn't make it.
What the fuck,
But they're
Rob
probably
Zombie?
going to,
He can't play
honestly.
Ozfest, and now
They
he can't
might.
make Werewolf Babes of
Honestly,
the SS?
if this was something that
Shoddy
was
work.
premiered, if this was premiered as a fake trailer, they're probably gonna make it eventually. It just hasn't been brought up yet. But
I mean, yeah, look at Thanksgiving with Eli Roth. That's finally being made after those movies came out in 2007.
it's funny that I speak about specifically Machete in Space. Danny Trejo has been on Robert Rodriguez to make this film for years.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're finally going to start making it.
I'm pretty excited for that.
I'm pretty.
I don't know how
pumped for
great
that
it's going to
as
be, but I don't give a flying fuck. I want to see it.
So, have you guys heard about what the title for Quentin Tarantino's final film is going to be?
The Movie Critic?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So they're going to start production this fall for the Movie
Quote,
Critic.
his final movie.
The final
bullshit.
movie.
Big suspicion about that one.
That's
Yeah,
what I
'cause
think too.
He said that for a while. He was supposed to make a fucking rated R Star Trek movie a while back, too, and that never fucking happened.
That's just something that I was like, okay, final film? I don't think so. He probably will make something else.
I'm always super skeptical about anybody who advertises anything as their like last hurrah.
Yeah.
I grew up on my dad getting all pissed off because he and my ma went to go see Kiss for their farewell tour in the late 90s and they're
look,
still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was real mad when they scheduled the next concert 3 years after their farewell tour. So anything that comes out with that label attached to it, keep your eyes peeled for another one.
It's a crock of shit.
So, kind of wrapping up into the second to last article. You guys heard how Sam Neill was in treatment for blood cancer and stage 3? Yeah. So he was in treatment for it for a while. Stage 3, which a lot of people didn't know about. He didn't talk about this actually to the public. But as of right now, they're saying after a year of his treatment, he's finally cancer free. So he beat cancer.
Thank God.
Yeah, he finally beat it.
Fucking A.
which everybody was very happy about.
Nice.
But yeah, he's been dealing with that for a year, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
Like,
that,
nobody
That was
did.
complete news to me. Fuck.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Yeah, originally he was diagnosed with I can't pronounce that fucking word. That's way too long for me to pronounce.
Let me see.
This one. Where?
Which one? You're not pointing.
Oh wait, right there.
Angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma, people.
Holy fuck, that is
Yeah.
a big ass
That is a
fucking
big
word.
word.
Angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma.
Yeah, that's what he was fighting against.
People just call it lymphoma for short most of the time.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like Hodgkin's lymphoma?
There's Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's
Yeah,
lymphoma.
because Michael C. Hall, Dexter, he had Hodgkin's lymphoma. And
But yes.
glad he beat that too.
He was dealing with that, but now he is cancer free.
That
is
awesome.
Well
fucking
done.
awesome. And the last fucking article is that they finally dropped the trailer for the anime series that's going to be dropping on April 1st, which is the Chibi Godzilla anime series.
Oh,
Is your heart torn on it being an anime, Tyler? No, because
I
I
don't
know,
know.
I know how you hate that.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
You're gonna watch it.
Depends how it looks.
But I'm excited for it. Like I'm just I don't know. For obscure shit like that, I'm excited for it.
We'll see.
We'll see. That's all I got though.
Any of you boys got any news you wanna?
Well, my heart broke this
Why?
week because Aaron Rodgers is gonna be a Jet,
Oh, man! I heard everybody talking about
and
that.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Everybody was like,
I feel it feels like
J-E-T-S.
I was with a girl. We really liked each other, but we can't be together now because somebody else is doing it. So I wish him the best and hope he gets another ring on his finger.
See ya.
You got any news, Mr. Mikkel?
If I had news, I would be failing at my goal of living in a cave. No, I
Oh,
have no news.
Damn.
Under the rock.
You got any news, Mr. Tyler?
We got one thing.
Yeah, what?
Have you boys heard the news?
No.
Joe Bob's coming back to town on April 21st with season 5 of The Last Drive-In on Shudder. Wow. I'm very excited. I love Joe Bob. I fucking love that shit. That's where I get all my good horror movies. And he always it's like, do you guys remember like the TV and a dinner kind of thing on like TNT or whatever? They'd show the movie
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
fuck yeah, I used to
middle,
love that.
and then they would like talk about the movie and give a little info. That's what Joe Bob does on
He's
Shudder
kind of like
pretty much.
Svengoolie, but...
Yeah, but he also had his own show called Monster Vision on, I think it was TNT also.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same thing, but it's just he has all fucking full control.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, of
much.
course.
And I fucking love Joe Bob. He cracks me the fuck up.
Joe Bob is pretty good.
That's all the news I really have, honestly. I ain't got much.
It's just been a lot of stuff happening this week.
Yeah, it sure has, really.
But we can get into your song of the week.
That song of the week, which is kind of surprising to me. I didn't know any songs about fucking any leprechauns.
What?
I know. I listen to a lot of Irish and
You
Celtic.
could have
music.
took the song from the movie.
I don't really know that.
You could have done
song.
some Dropkick Murphys, man.
Well, I did that last week.
Yeah, but you could have.
And I didn't want to do a double Murphy week.
So?
The Wing That Shakes in Leprechaun?
But so what I picked instead is "Whiskey Makes Me Crazy" by the Chicago Irish band The Tossers off their album "On a Fine Spring Evening" from 2008. That song pumps me the fuck up, and I picked it because I did get kind of whiskey crazy last night doing some jamming a drop kick.
There's pictures.
There are pictures. Maybe I'll post them on the Instagram.
Tyler,
We'll
shirtless
see.
again. Surprise.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tyler's a shirt off kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
You know he's super drunk when the shirt comes off. That's
Oh no, I've partied with Tyler a couple times and I've never seen that.
That's true. Yeah, I had the shirt off and I was wearing my Irish flag as a cape.
It sounds like a good time. That's how you should spend St. Patty's Day.
I had a blast, man.
I think I did.
Yeah, see? Yeah, me and Scott did it together last night.
Don't worry, there's
and-
pictures.
That's always the worst, is finding out how the night went later.
Oh yeah, that's the song of the week. Whiskey Makes Me Crazy, because it sure does.
So, what is next week's film?
Next week's film is going to be my pick, and I'm picking a movie that I'm pretty sure none of us have ever seen before.
No,
Wait a
John
minute,
picked
no,
Shrek.
what?
Yeah, John just had.
Yeah,
Shrek.
I was about to say. I was like, I did Shrek.
It means he doesn't get another one.
Yeah, Shrek's your last one.
Why'd I pick this piece of shit?
You, Mike, I think you said you watched this movie when we were talking about it earlier.
Which one?
It's called Mandrake on Shudder.
Yeah, I did recently watch that about a month
It's
ago.
a 2022 Irish horror film by an Irish woman director.
Yep.
And that's what really intrigued me. I was originally going to do it for the Nightmare show, but actually this week I think we're going to go see 65. I'm going to do a review on that.
Oh.
Yeah, so I figured since it's probably a movie that we've all never seen, we can all just get a fresh take on it. And
He's already seen it, though.
pick something.
Well, yeah, that's why I got to sit out.
It looks in. You can come on the show.
Oh, shit.
You can come on
I'm going to get
anytime.
dragged to another city again.
Hell yeah, dude. You can be the fifth Ramon.
Hey.
So, yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting. I want to check it out.
Okay.
I encourage this.
Okay, so if he encourages it,
It's
then-
a good movie. I liked it.
So,
We're gonna have to
Mandrake
do-
from 2022.
Okay. That sounds pretty tight. Nice.
Oh, I should also say, well, we'll talk about that. We'll see next week.
Oh, okay.
Keeping her secrets again, are you?
Keeping our secrets, huh?
Well, it kind of interferes with War Plot a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're going to do that Saturday, if we're going to just do it the next day on Sunday.
Okay. Well, we'll
Big
figure
news
we'll
coming
figure it
soon.
out.
Yeah,
Figure it
we'll
out.
talk about it.
So before we officially wrap up the episode, we forgot we do the plugs at the end now.
Yep.
More specifically, my butt plugs.
Jesus Christ.
Artisanal butt plugs?
Yeah, artisanal butt plugs.
Artisanal butt plugs.
No, we
Starts
do
with the finest of glass.
the finest of finest.
Leprosy butt plugs?
Leprosy.
No.
Oh God.
No. Those are just fingertips.
That's worse than the acne porn.
John, which movie was that? We watched a movie where somebody got their fingers broken off in somebody else's ass recently.
I
Or no.
feel like I've seen that movie.
Which
Anderson's
wasn't that
the way I seen
that was
ass
the
today.
trauma movie you tried to that was
Trauma Wars.
What was it? It was
It wasn't Trauma Wars. Was
yes,
it?
it was Poultrygeist.
Oh,
Poultrygeist.
yeah.
It was Poultrygeist, and he does refer to the zombie's fingers as a butt plug in that
Yep.
movie. He does.
Yeah, he does.
Technically true.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was at the very beginning
Fucking
of the movie.
Yeah, right at the very beginning. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
dude,
Fuck
I fuck with.
Poultrygeist.
Honestly, I know he doesn't.
I gave the full 3-disc box set of Poultrygeist to my most recent ex-girlfriend's mom for Christmas because she loves bad movies, and I couldn't think of a worse movie to give her.
Yeah, I fuck on it. I know he doesn't fuck with trauma films. I fuck.
I
with
do
trauma
not fuck
films.
with
I
trauma
fuck with
films.
trauma
I've
films.
never seen a trauma film I liked.
Well, that's true. That's very true because we watched Trauma Wars and you did not like Trauma
Then
Wars.
you gotta watch Cannibal the Musical.
Yeah, Cannibal the Musical.
I mean,
is
if you're going to
also
start
one
on
of those.
trauma film, it has to start with Hobo with a Shotgun. If you're not into that, then you're just not into trauma, I guess.
Is that a trauma film?
Hobo with a Shotgun? I would count that as a trauma film.
My first exposure was Poultrygeist, and then Johnny showed me the fuck was that Toxic Avenger.
Toxic Avenger!
I was like,
Oh, that's the
fucking
OG.
movie
the
fucked.
entire movie, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Dude,
Such
they
a
were
good
him
movie.
and Chris were exactly like that too. They said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, after your second time, you get warmed up to it. Like,
No,
this is a
then
good
you're
movie.
ready for the second.
I've only
no.
seen the first one. I haven't
Toxic-
seen any of the
I gotta watch the
sequels.
second one still, but that movie fucks. But yeah.
The movie does fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
So, anyways, let's
Actually,
get,
I haven't even heard
go
of
ahead.
any update about the remake coming out.
Oh
soon.
my god, I forgot about the remake. Yeah, because Legendary's working on that.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
They're
yeah,
remaking that?
Supposed
Yeah.
to be big
Remaking
plugs.
that,
it's
yeah.
with Kevin.
In today's society?
It's
Yes.
with Kevin Bacon and Tyrion Lannister.
Dude.
They have decent actors in it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So Legendary Pictures is going to be producing the remake of the Toxic Avenger. I don't know why, but they do not know what they're about to release to the public.
We're going to judge it so fucking hard.
For what?
Whoa.
I don't know, but I'm just like, do you not know what you're about to release to the public?
Lloyd Kaufman and Andy Kurtzman are producers on it too. So.
Oh my god, this is gonna be fucking phenomenal. man.
Dude, I really kind of hope so.
This is gonna be phenomenal. Oh god, yeah. But
What
we're
happened to plugs?
Yeah, I know we're into plugs now. Yeah, that's why I was about to get into that. So, if you'd like to check out our social media because you enjoy this so much, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at PATC Podcast. And if you'd like to check out previous episodes, you can check it out on not Anchor.fm because they actually just rebranded the site to
I noticed that.
podcasters.spotify.com.
Yeah, I seen that.
So yeah, check us out on Podcasters because that's what it got rebranded to. But it is father accompanied by Spotify. Check us out on YouTube. If you would like to make it a little easier for yourself to find us, just search us at punksatcinema.carrd.co to find our Facebook group and find our social media and even listen to the most current episodes directly from the site.
I usually find it on Apple Play most of the time.
You can even find it on Apple Podcasts too. Like any
Anywhere you get your
platform you
podcast.
can think of for podcasting, find us there.
Actually, speaking of which, you gotta show me how to get my shit on Apple because
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. And it's
I don't know.
pissing me
That's
off.
weird. That's weird that it's not doing it. I'll have to look with it on you. Tyler, I know you got your stuff, so if you want to talk about your stuff.
I do. Tyler Nightmare's Late Night Horror Show. New episode dropped today, as I said, and new episode will be dropping next Saturday because I've kind of got the schedule figured out. I figure we record us together on Saturdays, and then I'm going to record those on Wednesdays, and we drop ours on Wednesdays because this is the day South Park comes out, and I like to have our shit drop out the same day as South Park. And then I figure, well, if I record Wednesday and drop it on Saturday while we're recording this, it's kind of like a cycle loop, and it's kind of like give people more content to listen to from the Nightmare Network, pretty much.
So, what's going on with this band Warplot?
Warplot. We have booked more shows. The newest one, which is coming pretty fucking soon, honestly.
Next weekend, right?
No, 2 weekends.
Oh, 2 weekends.
It's we're gonna be in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Damn, that's a far drive.
Fuck, what is that place called?
Damn, I kind of want to go to that, but
I just want to see how drunk the people are.
Dude, God, 2.5 hours out to Appleton.
So it's Appleton, Wisconsin at the Cold Shot on April 1st. And we're playing with Rat Bat Spider and Paperboy.
Wait a minute, April 1st is Wednesday?
No, it's Saturday.
Oh, that's Saturday? Damn, we might have to just go out to
I want to go.
Appleton, Wisconsin. Damn, dude.
I
You might
need
find
no
a lady in
further
a blue
convincing.
dress.
You know, that would make my night.
His one true love besides Greenlee.
Dude, Greenlee doesn't even hold a candle to the woman in blue.
So
are we forgetting about the moon? Luna? So quickly?
She doesn't need to know.
Neil Armstrong was there first, man.
I've been informed. I've received some new information, and we are revising our agreement.
So April 1st, and after that we have May 19th here in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
58 below.
Yep, 58 below. And then May 20th, we're going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Last Rites.
Ooh.
And then in June, it's going to be our mini weekend tour. June 8th, Last Rites in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. June 9th, Liars Club, Chicago, Illinois. June 10th, Melody Inn in Indianapolis, Indiana. And that's all we got for Warplot right now.
And they are importantly not going to Ohio.
It doesn't exist.
After that fucking train, it doesn't.
Oh, shit.
There might be a little secret that we might be going in to record another EP soon, maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know yet. We're kind of talking about it, but the music video. Oh fuck, I forgot.
That's a fucking music video?
Yeah, we have a music video coming out soon.
Yeah.
It's not in the works. I have to send the lyrics to a person that's making the video. I'm gonna give that a shout out. Shout out to TTM Films, which is a local artist around here. Tony Schultz. He's also in a punk rock band called Phrenology that kicks fucking ass, dude. And he also has another podcast called Two Fat Guys
on the internet?
on the internet. Yeah, on the
internet.
I almost said the couch. That's
I guess I apologize. I gotta listen to that one still too.
Yeah.
There's so many podcasts like Community
know.
that people are like, dude, check this out. I'm like, I will check it out when it's convenient because like I'm trying to listen to one thing and then watch another thing.
And I want to give a shout out to Wax and the Porpoise for reading an email I sent to them.
Hell yeah.
About something personal. So I want to say thank you, G Baby. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for that. It was awesome. Love you guys. Keep doing what you do. Awesome work. That's pretty much all I've really got.
Tight. Well,
what about that phone number?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if you're lonely or if you just need a buddy to talk to or someone to listen to you, yeah, just leave us a voicemail at 262-288-0863. Once again, that's at 262-288-0863.
Hello?
Hello, is Mr. Hat there?
Is this some kind of joke?
Yes.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die. I'm going to find out who you are.
No, I don't think you can.
God damn it.
Yes, so if you'd like to leave us a voicemail, please do so. We would like to hear what you guys have to say to us. I know Mr. Tacky left us a voicemail recently, but I don't know. We'll probably have to pull it up next week. So, yeah, we really do appreciate everyone who has listened.
Oh, hey, we got to fix that voicemail, too. I forgot that still says Kino Talk.
That's still Kino Talk. Just a quick shout out to all the listeners. Thank you for continuing to listen to the podcast series because I have looked into the analytics and there has been over 900 listens to the podcast series so far, and that's both with the audio format and both YouTube. So thank you so much.
I was going to say,
what?
I know I probably listened to our latest episode like 15 times.
Nah, that's not just you, buddy. So
that episode cracks me the fuck up.
That's not just you, but thank you so much to everyone who has listened. Seriously.
Yes, thank you. And I thank you to anyone that comes on our show too, Dan, Mike, and everyone else that's been on that's still listening.
We love you too, Scott.
And
don't forget. We're not forgetting about you, Scott.
We have potentially a lot more new guests coming up pretty fucking soon.
Indeed.
Like really fucking soon, actually.
So yeah, that's it. Anybody got any things to say?
Yeah. I think we broke 2 records on this podcast. One, we almost did no drops except for the necessary ones. 2, this has to be the most sober episode ever.
Yes.
And 3, if you enjoyed my voice and enjoyed my presence, well, cherish it on this episode. I will not be back next week.
Dan, remind me, I got to get the drop for you with Carl that says, "It's called I Want to Rock Your Body." To break it down. I was supposed to do that this week, but I fucked up.
Yeah, no drops this week. Very sober this week. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm slightly hungover. Although I'm kind of thinking about getting a little bit of beer if you want to drink a little bit, Dan.
Oh my god.
Man, I already stayed sober this long.
This is how it ends.
It's up to you. I'm down to have a few, but
thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. Let's finish this shit.
His shirt's coming off again tonight. That's what you heard.
No, I'm not getting that drunk tonight. That was last night.
You cuties have a good night now.
I wanted to get an Irish car bomb still. But...
Bye.
All right. Yeah, stay psycho, folks. See you next week. Later.
I swear you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.